42.
Hitchhiker's Guide
Epic.
reference.
The answer to life, the universe, and everything. Here's the unfortunate thing about 42, is it is really funny. When they build a computer to find the answer to life, the universe, and everything, finds the answer, and then is like, you really want to know the answer, you're not going to like it. That is funny.
I'm starting to develop a theory that between this and your spirited defense of 6-7, that you have an affinity for number jokes.
Oh, maybe I do.
You might.
Maybe I do. You spotted my spirited defense of 6-7 then.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I have an agreement. I think it's pretty funny.
Okay.
Hang on, let me find the. Let me find what I said.
It was a while back. I think that was like a month ago.
6-7. It was with numbers instead of with letters. Oh yeah, on the 19th of January, I posted, I must speak out before it's too late. 6-7 is funny. It's funny that it makes people mad. The kids have I got the number of syllables wrong. I said 2 syllables. The kids have a 2-syllable phrase that means nothing and is also a psychic weapon they can use to torture any adult they please. The fact it means nothing causes bonus damage when the adult gets mad enough that they Google what it means. It's beautiful.
When we were at Frosty's, we had a Uber driver who, I can't remember how it came up, but he did the 6-7 thing, and this is like a man in his 50s, but he did the 6-7 thing and took his hands off the wheel to do it.
Okay.
That guy ruled, but we also, because he's in school to become a pilot, as like his post-retirement thing, it sounds like. But at some point, someone brought up Nathan Fielder. He's like, is that the fucking guy with the plane show, the rehearsal or whatever? And he started going off about it. He was like, every time I get someone your age and I reference I'm a pilot, they go, oh, have you watched the rehearsal?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Here's the thing. The fact that he can fly a plane now is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, you are listening to Ultra Q, episode 138. My name is Red. I am joined by Mel.
6-7 years in search for mother.
Aha. Thank you. Also joined by Brad.
We do a pretty good podcast. Anyways, I think I'm gonna have my mom do this one for me.
Oh, okay. Welcome, Brad's mom. Is she not there? Oh, she doesn't want to talk. She's shy.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a good impression of my mom.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a bold choice.
The thing is, we wouldn't know either way.
True, I could just do anything. I could do my Marge Simpson impression.
Yeah, but it's theoretically possible she could find it. It's theoretic. If I did an impression of my mother and it was theoretically possible that she could find that, I'd live in fear for the rest of my life.
My mom doesn't know how to use the internet.
Okay, well, there you go.
She doesn't even know I have a podcast. She doesn't know what a podcast is.
Yeah.
Same.
So, dearest listener, I want to play Goo Goo Babies today. This is not. We watched a show for small, tiny children.
We got 2 more months of this.
We got 2 more months of this. Here's the thing. I was watching the movie and I was like, oh no, man.
Yeah. Yep. Same.
And then the show is fine.
Yeah.
The show is like okay. There's actually like it's a real television show.
It helps that it is an ongoing story.
Yeah. Anyway, so, Mel, do you have any production notes on how this happened?
Yeah, but it's honestly less than previous times.
Okay. I mean,
Maybe
here's
not.
the thing. That's fine. I have no intention of doing 3-hour podcasts about this show.
Oh, we're not going to go deep on the Brechtian techniques of Ultraman Kids.
You can't. It means something. It means you can't just pull the word out.
Yeah, it means whatever Takuji's doing.
Yes, when he's standing when he's a sprite standing in front of a background, and then there's a text box in front of him.
Yeah, when he says that it's bad for the teacher to use violence, then immediately hits him in the face, they call that the alienation effect.
It's so good. What a fucking weirdo. So yes, I mean, feel free to, give us what little production you have. That is fine.
I basically squeezed as much out of the stone I could. But there wasn't a lot in Japanese Wikipedia. But anyway, it does seem some of the reason for this existing was in the vacuum of an actual Ultraman show in the 80s. They were like, well, let's see if we can make something to make more merch at least.
And well, you know what? Sure.
The first entry is the movie we watched today, Ultraman Kids, The Pleasant Friends of M7.8, which was released in theaters on March 17th, 1984, as a double feature with the Zoffy compilation movie.
It took me until halfway into the first episode of the actual TV show to realize that M7.8 was not a typo.
Oh, no, it's tiny.
It's a tiny place.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't go for 0.78, honestly.
Yeah. Next up was more of an actual series. There was Ultraman Kids Proverb Stories, which is a series of 26 episodes that were 6 minutes long that aired from April to November of 1986 on TPS. It seems to have been aired as a lead-in to another anime in the same programming block called Wonder Beat Scramble, which I've never heard of before.
Okay.
The plot seems to be mainly that the characters learn about various Japanese proverbs while getting into situations.
I see.
Only one episode of this has been subbed, so I just watched it just to, check.
See what the deal is? Okay.
Yeah, get 6 minutes, just for completion. In this episode, the protagonist, Ma, stays up late playing video games and doesn't do his homework and then gets publicly spanked in class by his teacher. And then Pico tells him, hey, you should learn to make a schedule. And then he does this, but he doesn't actually follow it. And then the episode it ends with the proverb of the day is easier said than done. Think of all the times your dad has said, I'm definitely going to quit smoking. Or my mom has said, I'm definitely going to go on a diet today.
Okay.
That is what it actually says.
1980s Japan.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, it's about what I expected. It's one of those things where I'm like, well, we probably don't need to loop back around to this if it ever gets fully subbed.
Yeah, we're good.
It is what it is. But good to confirm.
How am I gonna get my life together if I don't have these proverbs?
Jordan Peterson.
I don't know.
Very showing off his favorite anime.
You follow the 12 rules. I don't know why, but the cadence you said that in just reminded me of stupid Jeff Gerstmann talking about the old guy in Dragon Ball talking about speakers.
Master Roshi?
No, the Bulma's dad. Anyway, it's a stupid clip.
The Bolton has lobster brain.
How many times is... I can't do a fucking Kermit / Jordan Peterson. I'm just gonna give up.
Let me mute my mic and see. No.
That's the coward's approach to impressions.
It's not how. I'm a coward. I'll admit that.
Now on TBS. I can't do that.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
It was the best of the three, certainly.
Yeah.
From what I gather, there was a producer sympathetic to Tsuburaya within TBS, which means that the reason why, despite there was a divorce throughout the 80s, the show still aired on the network.
How is there a producer at TBS sympathetic to Tsuburaya?
I don't know.
Still.
It's so weird just having like the big dramatic, the divorce as a result of Ultraman 80.
Office politics are weird, and it only takes one guy. You know?
Yeah. It's so weird having like, the big dramatic, because of the split between the two companies, because of Ultraman 80, Ultraman wasn't on TV for 15 years. Anyway, here's like 5 exceptions to that rule within the 80s.
Yeah.
It just feels like constantly getting back with your worst ex. And like every time they give Tsuburaya another chance.
Tsuburaya would be like, no baby, I'll be good with you this time.
Yeah.
I can't do Miss Piggy impression, but assume that's what TPS is like. Anyway, but it also seems that because of said sympathy, somehow TPS was still the company that acted as a point of sales contact between Tsuburaya and other networks from the 84 to 1991, despite their estrangement. But it does seem we're closing the book on that. Also it seems like it all seems that the rights to Ultraman were partially or wholly owned by Nichion, which is a record company that was a subsidiary of TPS as well, which is also part of this. But by 1991, the rights have been transferred to Tsuburaya. Maybe this is incredibly vague on the part of the Japanese Wikipedia, but in any case, this does mean that we'll get to this in a second. That Proverb Stories was actually the last Ultra show to air on TPS. More on that in a second.
Okay.
Anyway, there were a few Ultraman Kids shorts aired in theaters alongside Ultraman USA when it came to Japanese theaters, and also there was a thing called Ultraman Kids Fire Brigade, which is an 18-minute short on fire safety released in 1990 that may or may not be lost media.
Okay.
And then finally we reach the year of 1991, where we now have a full-length animated series in the form of Ultraman Kids 30 Million Light Years in Search of Mother, which aired from November 1991 to May 1992. This series is significant for 2 reasons. First, it's the actual for real clean break between Tsuburaya and TPS, because this show aired on the TV networks by the Japanese Broadcasting Corporation, aka NHK for Nihon Hoso Kyokai. So now we're on NHK, not at TPS.
Yeah.
Also, second, this is apparently the first animated series in the world made compatible with high definition.
Huh? Okay.
This may be... I did some backward research because I was like, what the fuck? And it does seem like... this might also be because of the NHK thing, because it seems the NHK was the first TV broadcast in the world to broadcast in high definition. And the first HD TV satellite channel was launched in November of 1991. Literally the day after the second episode of the show aired by NHK.
Wow, interesting. That is, I'm going to be honest, that's way earlier than I would have guessed.
Yeah, they're definitely... It seems like they were experimenting with it like as early as the same Olympics that spawned Ultra Q, the title. So in the 60s. And then they kind of like eventually figured out the technology, and it took a while, I guess, to like get it rolling wide scale, but...
Well, I remember for the longest time the reason it was, like, just not the norm is it was, like, prohibitively expensive to do, and they figured that out, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So I imagine it's, like, a niche thing they're doing just for the prestige of it, almost.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, some rich people get some HD stuff. And yeah, that's basically it. And rather than going through the voice cast all the top here, I will simply do the GGP approach and pick away at it as the show goes on.
I see.
Now for contemporaries. What is happening in the year 1991?
A movie? A Tomino movie?
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the Cold War is over as Pizza Hut hits the USSR, and the imposition of austerity and neocolonialism through the shock therapy results in about 5 to 7 million deaths in the former Eastern Bloc, as well as the immiseration of millions more, and proliferation of sex trafficking of women and children in these countries, including to Epstein and his clients in the Western ruler class.
Uh-huh.
Upon a happier note, Toshiki Inoue makes a big splash this year, because with Choji and Sentai Dechiman.
Nice.
Metal Heroes follows up his previous series, Winspector, with a sequel series, Super Rescue Soul Brain. Fushigi Comedy Series gives us a new Magical Girl show called Mysterious Nile Girl Tutmos.
They got magical girls that investigate mysteries? That's crazy.
Yeah. This one, I think, is Orientalist because she's Egyptian themed.
Oh.
That's why she's called Tutmos.
I see.
Toho, the third Heisei Godzilla movie, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Anime, of course, Dragon Ball Check-In, we have both Lord Slug and Cooler's Revenge.
Let's go! Okay. That movie sucks,
course,
but I love it.
Play the fucking music.
well, that's your job.
Play Deftones.
Tomino side, Gundam F91.
Let's go!
And
That
also
movie also kind
derogatory.
of sucks, but I love it.
And also derogatory Stardust Memory.
Oh.
The second Brave series show, Brave of the Sun Firebird, which people may recognize as the show that spawned Is This a Pigeon?
Oh,
is
that's
that
where that's from?
Firebird?
Yes.
Oh. See, now that you've referenced that this is Firebird, I know that this year is fucking dead for anime. A little bit, to some extent. Because, like, I went looking for, like... This is really stupid. I was picking out what's my favorite anime opening for every year. And 1991 was dog shit, and I was like, I have never seen Firebird, but I bet it's got a good opening, and it did, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll have that.
Yeah. The funny part about that scene is I've seen it out of context. Well, I've seen the full clip, and it's honestly pretty funny.
Okay.
Because the protagonist is just, like, saying shit, like, he's, like, dressed up as, like, a scientist and doing, like, fake science stuff, and, like, a cop comes up and is like, who are you? Like, you're weird and mysterious. And he just starts saying shit. He's like, hey, is this a pigeon? Are these tulips while pointing at daisies? And the cop is like, what? What are you talking about? And then, like, because it's a Brave series show, he sees the police car, and he's like, hey, how's it going? And the cop's like, what?
Nice.
Anyway, we get both Get a Robo Go in manga and anime form.
Mm-hmm.
We get maybe the only good Fukuda show, according to Jackson, in the form of Cyber Formula.
I have a Seed Hater friend who does also swear by that show. I do want to watch it someday.
Yeah, I do too. We got Dear Brother, the anime, obviously. The Minky Momo reboot. This is the year of the Wizardry OVA.
Shoutouts to Alex the Ninja.
That was specifically for Brad. And of course, Otaku no Video.
There you go.
In the manga sphere, we got a couple big ones. This is the debut of Baki the Grappler. And also Codename Sailor V, which gets immediately followed up in the same year by Sailor Moon.
Uh-huh. Wait, Sailor Moon's 91?
Apparently. The manga is.
Oh, right, yes. Sorry, I'm stupid.
Yeah. Anime comes soon.
You know that there's a part of Baki the Grappler where he fights like a OC version of Che Guevara?
I did not know this.
Yeah.
I didn't know it, but
I believe it, though. Yeah.
Here's what he looks like. They call him Jun Guevara, but it's like obviously supposed to be him.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yes.
This is the only thing I know about Baki. I'm not gonna lie.
I know he fights a caveman at some point.
You can say anything about this story, and I think I'd believe it, honestly.
Hang on. Let me find the image that I always think of whenever anyone posts, when anyone ever anyone talks about Baki. I don't know who this is. I don't know what the context is. This is an image I've seen so many times.
I was thinking that image.
This is the Eraserhead baby, but a guy.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know. I do not know. I do not know what is happening.
It's really funny that his daughter went on to make Beastars.
Yeah.
Oh! Huh.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Anyway, Western side stuff. Terminator 2.
That's a big one.
Silence of the Lambs.
That's also a big one.
Once Upon a Time in China. Barton Fink. My Own Private Idaho.
Okay.
The second TMNT movie. Beauty and the Beast. And of course, last but not least, very important, Star Trek VI: The Undercover Country. TV-wise, this is apparently the year of the first Nicktoons, because we get Rugrats, Doug, and Ren and Snippy this year.
Let's go.
Star Trek is, we got TNG Season 5. This also seems to be the year that Marvel kind of soft reboots the X-Men comics. And that's kind of where basically the whole 90s X-Men boom starts from here.
Is this the Chris Claremont stuff, or is that the 80s?
I think Claremont's older.
Okay.
There's like the stuff that like launches the animated series, and of course the Marvel vs. Capcom stuff.
Okay. Oh yeah. Claremont was right before this. It was like 75 to 90.
I think if I remember correctly, is like quote unquote X-Men issue 1 parentheses 1991 was like the most sold comic in history or something.
Interesting.
Okay.
Anyway, more important science fiction literature comes out this year. Timothy Zahn's Heir to the Empire.
Oh, of course.
Also, I don't think I mentioned this author's stuff before, but Discworld's Reaper Man comes out this year too.
Oh, I see.
That's a fun book.
I have not read it. I have not actually read all that much Pratchett, to be honest.
Same.
I've read a few Discworlds, mostly the death stuff, just because of like how things panned out. But it's also like, damn, I fell off.
Mm-hmm. I've read a couple here and there.
I should read a few more of the City Watch books. Anyway, video games. Because that's also a thing. On the NES, we've got Shatterhand.
Yeah, let's go!
Or as it's known in Japan, Super Rescue Soul Brain, because it's a licensed video game for the Toku Show.
Wait, what?
Yep, you didn't know that?
No, I never knew this, but Shatterhand rules.
It's a fun bit of trivia, like, oh hey, there's actually a Toei Toku game.
Wow, okay, I never actually knew that. That's wild.
What the fuck is this cover?
Awesomeness.
What do you think, Red? It's a 90s American video game cover.
Video game cover.
Especially one that sands off the license of the Japanese version to make something incredibly generic for Western audiences. Anyway, there's Squaresoft's got some interesting lineup this year. Final Fantasy IV.
That's a good one.
The Final Fantasy Legend 3, aka Saga 3.
That's a fun one too.
And Final Fantasy Adventure, aka the first Mana game.
That's a great one.
Meanwhile, Capcom's up to some shit. They put out their supposed sequel to Street Fighter called Final Fight. And also their actual sequel to Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
I don't think either of those will catch on or define the genres that they're in moving forward.
Yeah. Certainly not anything that'll get Saudi investment money, that's for sure. Speaking of, Fatal Fury also comes out this year. Meanwhile, those fine folks who made Phantasy Star 2 put out their new game, Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one.
That'll also never catch on.
Then we get not just any Link, but a Link to the past. Super Castlevania 4, Monkey Island 2, Metroid 2 on the Game Boy, Battletoads, Lemmings, Mega Man 4. This one's for me, Series when she used to bring it on the PC Engine. And of course, 2 very successful hardware releases, the Mega CD in Japan, and also the Philips CDI.
I see.
Anyway, that's me.
Nice. That was a quick one.
91 kind of ruled. Guy who was born in 93 voice as we get closer and closer to the things he has nostalgia for.
We have to talk about Ultraman Kids now.
Yeah.
Specifically, we're going to start with, we're going to talk about the movie. In this 24-minute movie, anime episode length movie,
yeah.
The Ultraman Kids go shopping and they find, little Pigmon, Pigco, meets a little green guy called Midori and makes friends with him. And that's the whole thing. And
also the kids punch Pigco sometimes.
Yeah.
They do. They do commit physical violence.
Because Midori's like hiding inside a shoe, but like is always up to that rascallion. That rascal jumps out of the way when Pigco tries to show the shoe to the kids.
Yeah.
Can I be distracted every time we looked at Pigco in specifically this first bit of Ultraman Kids? I was distracted the whole time because he looked like a cheese curd. Your thoughts?
I just think Pigmon just looks like that anyway.
But he's not like this like golden brown color like he is in this film. Is he?
Texture like sun.
Because like I thought Garamon was more like the tan one.
Let me look up Pigmon. Pigmon's kind of reddy.
Yeah, Pigmon's a little more red.
Although here's an awful Pigmon. The second image that comes up on Google Images.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one.
What is it? Send it to the chat because I'm not going to bother looking.
Let me
I got it.
Paste this in here. Okay.
He looks so sad.
He looks really sad.
Yeah. It's a very sad Pigmon. This movie, I'm going to be honest, kind of dire.
It's whatever.
I thought it was kind of fun when they were getting scammed by the merchants, and then as soon as that ended, it was like, oh, this is nothing. I
briefly rewound just to be like, did I miss something in this movie? And I actually didn't. It was just like, well,
no, you had not missed anything.
Also worth noting, the subs for this are not good.
Well,
so.
yeah, no, it is what it is.
Much better for the show.
Yeah.
It was funny that the merchants saw their stuff and they're like, this isn't just cream, it's muscle cream, and so the assistant like preemptively breaks a rock so that the other guy is a good kid.
The guy actually selling that stuff was Jamila, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone is either an ultra or like some kind of kaiju in cute form. They hang out with a Bolton.
Yeah, my theory is that this is the planet that Jamila went to turn into that guy.
Oh, and then came back to Earth and that episode happened.
Yeah,
wow.
It's the same
What
one.
a tone shift.
That whole time when he's about to blow up the UN, he's like, I can break this building like I did that rock.
Yeah. That's why he came back to Earth, was he had the confidence of the super strength cream.
Now I want an edit where like his assistant is in the ship above the planet. He's like, oh, I don't think he's gonna win this one. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Is the assistant supposed to also be a guy?
Yeah, I'll get to that. I have like little bits of trivia.
Oh, you do? So. Okay.
Oh, do you?
I don't know if you have any of the writer stuff for this, Brad.
I do.
Okay, that works out. I
spoiled myself a little bit on looking up. I was just checking off Annie. I was on AniList just logging. I was like, I'm logging that I watched 2 episodes of the show, and then I saw the screenwriter, and then I was like, in a moment of just not thinking ahead, I clicked through and started scrolling and went, oh damn, okay.
Okay.
This movie, I don't have much to say about the movie.
It's fine. It was more like a convenient thing that was episode length long that lets us have a clean schedule for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Did you say you had some stuff about this movie?
Brad, do you have stuff?
Yeah, I have So, this was written and directed by the same guy, Fusahiro Nagaki, who is also did most of his work under the name Banjin Nagaki as his pen name. His big claim to fame really isn't so much like he helped out at Toei for quite a bit after working in the manga industry for a little bit, but he's predominantly known for working at like Toei and Mushi Productions. But then afterwards, it seems like he actually went around to like places like Korea and Taiwan and helped set up animation studios there, and kind of collaborate with them to kind of create like a broader network of like places that like Japanese anime companies could outsource animation work to.
I see.
He was like a pivotal like proponent of like, hey, like we should kind of expand this outside of Japan a little bit. And that's kind of what he's best known for, it seems like, these days. Some of the works he helped out on, though. He did, he has some big stuff under his name. Specifically, Astro Boy, Sally the Witch, Cyborg 009. Big stuff.
Okay.
Triton of the Sea. I've never heard of this before.
That's the first Toei anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing that inspired Sea Destiny.
Okay.
I've never heard of this one before, but I think its name is really funny. Chappie the Witch.
Chappie the Witch.
Chappie
That's
the Witch.
Chappie.
That's Chappie. Doraemon. Mazinger Z.
Yeah.
Planet Robot Dangard Ace. I don't know what the fuck Balloon Girl Temple Chan is, but that sounds interesting. Science Ninja Team Gatchaman F. Astro Boy 1980 reboot. And and then his last like credit for TV stuff was the fucking Moomin anime in 91.
There you go.
Same
Bro
as
was
this?
working.
Not this, but the main thing.
Wait, what main thing?
Oh, the actual show we're watching is 91. Not this anime.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mal?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do the voice actor stuff for the characters, starting with not the main characters, but the two guys that show up in this movie and basically nowhere else.
Yeah.
First we got Majara, who's based on Jamila. The voice actor is Kei Tomiyama. He voices Choichiro Hikari, the protagonist of the 1979 Ultraman anime. He's also the narrator of the untranslated Ultraman Graffiti anime shorts. He plays a character that I don't know if he's the protagonist or another guy, Susumu Kodai from Space Battleship Yamato.
That is the protagonist of Space Battleship Yamato, so long as you're watching the television show and not the movie. In the movie, the protagonist is the captain.
That's fascinating. Anyway, he also plays another protagonist, Duke Freed from UFO Robo Grandizer. Here's a fun one for you, Red. He also voices Wang Wenli from Legend of Galactic Heroes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. This motherfucker. Man, Yang Wenli sucks.
This character would be de-aged, become classmate in Proverb stories, but he doesn't actually show up again in 30 million light years. Which is why I'm doing it.
Okay.
Then we have his assistant, Gamara, based on a Gami Kugira, who is the Pearl episode kaiju.
Okay.
Voice actor Tomomichi Nishimura. He plays Rei's grandfather in the 90s Sailor Moon anime. He plays Mebius in Fresh Precure. He plays Detective Matsui in the Pat Laird movies.
Oh, wow.
He plays Akuma and M. Bison in various Street Fighter games and adaptations. He plays one of the Boltons in one of the episodes in Ultraman 80. And apparently his final role was as a recurring minor character, Old Man Renji, coming into the shop to hear Uta from You and Idol Precure's singular song.
God.
But he apparently had to stop partway through the show's broadcast, and then died also partway through the show's broadcast, so he's replaced.
Well, rest in peace.
Like Majora, Gamara, the character would be de-aged to be a classmate in Proverb Stories, though he actually does appear in 30 Million Not Years.
I see.
And that's all I got for this movie.
Matsui, a guy who is not important in Pat Labor at all, but I do like him.
Same.
Shows up to walk around Tokyo for a while.
And the vibe completely shifts around. Like, here, he's a reality-bending presence.
He's so good.
He's kind of like Columbo in his way.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie kind of devolves into nothing the moment it becomes Pigako just saying kawaii over and over and over again.
It is funny that Pigako becomes an actual character who says words in the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is
I was like, this
improvement.
motherfucker had better say something this time.
He grew up. He learned
That's
more
true.
words.
That's true. But growing up brings you further from mother.
True. I think a big problem for this movie for me is I just don't find that green dinosaur all that cute, if I'm being honest with you.
Well, unfortunately, he is going to be a mascot character in the show.
Well, yes, but he is playing the role of a mascot character. He's kind of like the central figure that the plot revolves around in the first one.
That's true. That's true.
You don't feel anything when you look at this?
I mean, he's kind of endearing, but like,
Okay.
I'm not geeking out over him, you know?
His name is Green because that's his color.
That is his name. His name is Green.
Yeah. One other
He's
thing
big green, like from Dragon Ball.
True. As real.
He's Red's
green.
opposite.
Yes. Is green the opposite of... I'm thinking of the wheel.
I mean,
Pokemon
it depends,
Generation 1.
It depends on the color system you're using.
I see.
But in terms of, like, if you're using, like, the paint color system, then yes. Red is
I see.
In Pigment, no, because they're both primary colors. In, like, the light one. That's it.
Uh-huh.
I do want to note, I think it's really funny that to have any expression whatsoever, they just had to, like, give up on the Ultraman faces and make them, like, little guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 They've just all got weird...
Eggheads.
Heads. Yeah, head stuff. Yeah. Do we have anything more to say about this movie before we
Absolutely
talk
not.
about the
No.
show? Okay, so the show has a plot. Ma, who is Ultraman, he's Ultraman. He arrives on M7.8 in a spaceship, and he's Superman. He's baby Superman, and
What are the episode
a kaiju kaiju teacher is raising him at this school.
Now, I do want to stop here and say, as soon as the spaceship landed, I was reminded of another show and went, huh. And then when I did the research for the trivia of who made the show, it made a lot more sense. But we'll talk about
Oh, you
that
mean
later.
this is Dragon Ball?
No,
No?
this is something much more specific. We'll get to it.
Oh. Okay. And then, Ma is... They're all going to graduate from their school. And Ma is feeling bad because everyone's talking about seeing their parents again. And he's like, I don't have any of those. I don't know who those are. Meanwhile, Ultra 7, Sev, which is weird because Sev is a psycho sniper from Star Wars Republic Commando.
Oh, that's funny. This is also the shortened form of character's name from a novel I gave up on writing.
I see.
It was kind of psyching me out the whole time I was watching.
Yeah. Sev is building a spaceship because he's like, yeah, we're gonna go joyriding when we finish with school. you, Ma, and me, we're gonna fix up this ship. You're gonna go into the storage room and find some garbage, and we're gonna throw it together, and we'll go driving in space. And they make the spaceship, and Ma, Sev, Ta, who is Taro, and Pico, who is Girl. That's what if Ultra Girl. And they're all on the spaceship, and a hologram plays, and it's Ma's mom and dad, and Sev, who is, I guess, just the best friend anyone could ever have.
Oh, like
is
Dan.
like, yeah, is
unless you're again.
unless you're again. Sev is like, oh yeah, sure, we'll go find them. It's like, what? We're gonna go up in space in this spaceship, and we're gonna go find your mother. We're gonna travel 30 million light years in search of mother. Dearest listener, many of you. And then there's a whole thing. There's a Bolton guy who's the rich kid at the school.
Like Bao or something.
His name is Bao. And he's got a minion who is Guts.
Yeah.
Gutson. Let me tell you,
Gutson.
I'm rooting for Gutson. He's kind of my guy right now.
Yeah. That poor little guy.
It was really funny that, like, Gutson's dad is Bao's chauffeur.
Yes.
But
this
Gutson
bit kills me.
Gutson isn't allowed in the car, so he has to run after the limo.
And then his dad chastises him for being late.
Leans out the car as he runs up panting and goes, "Son, you're late." and then the son has to open the door so that Val can get out. It's such a good bit. It was like, at that moment I was like, okay, we're okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this show has good jokes.
This show has jokes. It's okay. Everything's fine. Yeah, Bao is like jealous because he's got a crush on Pico, and he's like, I want to impress her, so I'm gonna get a spaceship that's way more impressive than their garbage spaceship, and so he borrows his like dad's spaceship or something.
I think he's Brad. You go.
There is a line where Gutson's like, "Wow, I can't believe you built this spaceship all in one night." And Bal goes, "Yeah, my mom would do anything for me. She loves me that much."
Right. She built. Okay, I see.
I think there's a line later in like episode 2 where it's like she bought it for him off Amazon or something.
I see.
Not Amazon because the 90s, but you know.
Yeah, and then he's like, Gutson is like, it's so impressive that you're driving it. So I'm not driving. This is on autopilot. My dad programmed the route to school into it. And they get to school, and then accidentally they want to show off all the other kids. They want to, because like there are other ultras here. There's like Ace and Leo,
some guy named Rookie,
and some guy named Rookie, and a guy with a star on his chest. Oh no, there's a guy with like a sleepy hat. You know hats that cartoons wear when they're sleepy?
Yeah.
Honk Shimimi?
Yeah, Honk Shimimi. Yeah, exactly. There's an ultra wearing one of them, and I'm like, who are you?
I guess I'll find out eventually.
He never got his own show because he was asleep.
Yeah, he's a professional. He's taking professional naps. I've been watching more Love Chunibyo and Other Delusions. Anyway, they accidentally, the 4 main ultras they don't accidentally launch the ship. Someone else accidentally launches the ship, but they're on the spaceship that has been named the Kid Star. Yeah, and it takes off.
Specifically, Pigco is sleeping in there, and then Midori is also there and launches the ship. We find out.
Pigco fell asleep waiting for Midori to hide so that they could play hide and seek. And then hide and sleep.
Yeah, that's what happens.
and then Midori pushed a bunch of buttons and then fell asleep waiting for Pigiko to come find him.
I'm just reminded of those I'm thinking of switching baby thumbnails. I'm just thinking of, people are still playing hide and sleep in this day and age. Marathon just came out now.
Lol. Oh man, talk about a game that's hide and sleep. So yeah, the spaceship launches and they're on it, and they all go to space, and Sev is like, well, I guess this is kind of what we wanted to do anyway. Let's go find your mum. And they're gonna go do that.
That's episode 1.
That's episode 1. It's pretty good. Yeah. I just think it's it's kind of funny.
Just because you didn't write summary, so you didn't write this down. Episode 1 is we're launched or something. Let's see what's
something like that.
Well, I'm trying to find the title just so, like, for posterity.
Japanese Wikipedia calls it I flew out into space.
That's okay. YouTube thumbnail. Uber driver sucked me off. Yeah, I thought it was all right.
Yeah,
it was fun. It was cute.
Like, don't really go for it.
Yeah, I was just like, I was relieved that, bearing in mind the target audience, that there was fun characterization and gags and enough of, like, character through lines through, like, the setting up of the plot that, like, oh yeah, we're gonna be okay, more or less, for the next one.
There is some emotional content in this, because Alma is sad that he doesn't have a mum, and his friends are supportive.
Even though he does really have a dad, to be honest, but
he does.
I do think it's funny how they go through so much work of showing the hologram and the photo of specifically both parents, and he only gives a shit about the mom part, which I guess
that's
like
because
makes
he's got
sense,
Mr. Grosser.
Yeah. I do think it's funny though how it shows both of them. It comes to me, he just goes, "Mom," and I'm like, "Damn."
Well, that's gonna suck to be his dad.
Yeah. Grosser is the dad who stepped up.
Exactly. Well.
Yeah.
So, do we have details on who makes this show?
Yes, we do. Well, okay, half of them. The screenplay for the first 4 episodes is by a person named Tahao Shimura, who I can only find reference to having worked on this show and Proverbs. That was kind of a dead end. I'm again, whenever that happens, I am like, I wonder if this was like a pseudonym and we don't know who. Because, like, it's really weird how often that happens. But the director was one Mitsuo Kusakabe, who is primarily affiliated with the animation studio Zane, but also worked in the industry as a cameraman at Mushi Productions. And then at some point switched to the animation industry and then worked his way up to becoming a director. He is probably best known for making the late 90s, let me find the year on this. Early 2000s anime, Kirby of the Stars. Which when I like I said, I picked up on this immediately because this backstory is the exact same as Kirby in the anime.
Yeah, it is.
And the spaceship even kind of looks the same.
I forgot.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, this is just Kirby.
To
and
be
sure
honest,
enough,
I think the style of humor is also a bit similar.
It is. It definitely is. So I was a little blown away by that, but also too,
Gutson being like, "You better get it with the money back again."
Ball is a little DDD coded.
It's true.
Yeah. Huh. But yeah, this guy has worked on a bunch of things. Let me scroll back up so I'm not going in reverse order. Not a lot here that I personally recognize. A lot of kids-looking stuff, like Friends of Pier Island. Let's see what else. Magical Princess, Minky Momo, Dorvac, Captain Tsubasa.
Minky Momo was important for the Magic Girl genre.
Galactic Patrol Lensman, which is something I don't think I know anything about, but I definitely recognize that name. Dan Koga, Super Beast Machine God, Machine Robo.
I know Dan Koga from one of the funniest Tumblr posts.
Okay.
Let me find it. Tumblr post.
While you're finding that, we also got Magical Angel Sweet Mint. And Adventures in Space Oz. What is this? It's TV anime based on The Wizard of Oz. I guess they made a sci-fi Oz. Yeah, the year is 2060. Dorothy, an 8-year-old girl living in the colony planet New Kansas, is evacuating from a once every 1,000 years alignment of 3 suns.
Oh my god, that sounds good. Good asterisks, at least.
Yeah, I might need to check that out.
All right, I found it.
Oh, you found it?
You continue, and then
okay.
Red can read this after you're done.
Anime Ganbare Goemon. And then also Peach Girl in 2005. Oh, and apparently Thundercats 2012. Oh, wait, no, we've talked about this guy because he also directed Ultraman USA. I completely missed that till now.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I guess it's fun that he's on the different animated projects.
Yeah, this feels a lot different from that one, let me tell you,
Well,
though.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, one of them is a lot more Japanese than the other one. Even if both are, I guess, animated in Japan, technically.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to read this thing. What is this thing? Am I just reading this?
Yeah, you can read it. Yeah.
Okay. This is an image of... What is this an image of?
Just say different robots for now.
Okay, different robots. Okay.
They're like different animal robots.
And Asylum Southwest says, okay, let's take a moment to assess how excellent this is. This seems to be some sort of Super Sentai gritty reboot pitch, as rather than being robotic animals in primary colors, these are now realized mechanical vehicles. Behind the group stands the Gestalt, and we can see how it is formed. The Mastodon is the central unit. From the design of the front shoulders on the mech, it appears that the legs, front and rear, are combined together to form the Gestalt arms and heads and hands, with the shoulder and hip joints forming the Gestalt shoulders, while the head moves to a central position to become the chest plate. Lion and Panther form the legs and are linked to the central unit via a coupling joint that folds out when all the other portions of the Mastodon move into place. Although difficult to tell, the head and forelegs probably join to become the feet in true Power Rangers style. Open brackets, viz. The Lion unit, the slotted neck joint behind the mane probably retracts into the spine, with quotes. Close brackets. The Eagle unit forms the head, thank you Voltron, with the face and sensor eyes kept under protective shielding underneath the nose cone when in flight mode. The wings may fold back at a 90-degree angle to latch onto a coupling joint in the Mastodon, effectively a spinal link. There appears to be little projectile weaponry on the mech units. The Mastodon has turrets, a heavy-duty, possibly AA, long-barrel cannon, and a multi-missile system. As a Gestalt, it may simply rely on brute strength and improvised weaponry rather than a dedicated arsenal. In conclusion, this is a satisfying realization of the Megazord concept used in the long-running 20 years this year Super Sentai series. And then the response from Shit Disco, it's fucking Dankuga. Very
Tumblr
good.
was a special place.
Tumblr was a special place. I was never really there.
I claimed my name on there so no one could impersonate me, and that was it.
I spent several years on Tumblr before eventually migrating to Twitter.
Dan, you were a name hoarder.
I also hoarded some names.
Well, because I had a problem. I think the reason I did that specifically was around the time I was gaining traction in SMT circles. Someone made a fake Facebook pretending to be me and was saying some shit, and I had to be like, no, that is not me. And then I was like, let's make sure this doesn't happen again. So I made accounts for a bunch of different places.
Yeah.
I remember when I grabbed just November on co-host and sat on it. I never really used co-host.
Well, yeah. Now
I'm pretty sure
that's true.
I claimed the co-host Brad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I never actually used it, but I was like, if this doesn't pop off, I do want to have this for personal use.
Mm-hmm.
I will get my voice actors out of the way, and then presumably we can probably head on to episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm going to try and do 2 characters per episode, just to get a good pace.
Mm-hmm.
First up, actual protagonist Ma, who has Red very clearly, obviously asserted, based on OG Ultraman. Voice actress Kyoko Yamada, who played in-person Anime Ura in Anime-chan. And you may recall she was also the Japanese dub voice of Andy from Ultraman USA and Max from Pokemon.
Okay.
Max. Oh, the kid. Yeah, I remember Max.
Funny enough, in Proverb Stories, which is based on the one episode I saw, he does just live in a normal house, presumably with his actual parents, rather than being raised by Grosser.
Damn.
And meanwhile, we got Pico, who is based on no prior existing Ultra, and so is there to be girl because of, Tsuburaya's misogynist. Voice.
She will serve biscuits and
I
muffins
was
and stuff.
noting this, like, she does just do the woman's work of serving muffins and orange juice to everyone.
Like setting
literally the
tables
first
and stuff.
time we see her, she is setting a table. She woke up earlier than everyone else to set the table for breakfast.
It is funny in episode 2 though when she keeps going, my muffins.
That is, yeah.
They are still eating them later. They're fine with the floor muffins. They're still good.
Anyway, she's voiced by Keiko Han, who I discovered while doing research is also the mother of fellow voice actress Megami Han.
I see.
Anyway, Keiko Han is also known.
We found Mother.
Yes.
We didn't have to go 30 million light years.
Relevant to us immediately, she's the dub voice for Veronica in Ultraman Great.
No.
Okay.
More importantly, though, she voices both Lala and Isolina in the original Gundam.
Oh, let's go!
Nice. She voices Saori in Saint Seiya. She voices both Luna and Queen Beryl in the Sailor Moon anime. Mm-hmm. And more recently, a character I have no idea who this is. She voices Amito from Hunter x Hunter 2011.
Let me look. How is this name spelled?
Mito.
See, I don't know Hunter x Hunter, but I sometimes recognize. I don't recognize this character. This is a very normal looking character.
I was just like, Hunter character. I'll just throw it on.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like someone says a Hunter x Hunter character, you look them up and you're like, oh, it's this person that people put that I see images of all the time. Anyway. Alright. Episode 2. What is it? Let me Ultra Wiki.
I think it's Rescue Bao.
Rescue Bao. That's true, because they need to rescue him. Because Bao also flies up to space because he wants to follow Pico.
He does do this.
But he can't fly the spaceship, and he insists that Gutson flies the spaceship for him. And Gutson is like, but I also can't fly the spaceship. and Bao is like, sure you can. You better. And Gutson...
He threatens to beat him up.
Yeah, Bao calls him, like, my most useless minion, and Gutson's like, I'm your only minion. They fly to space, they fuck it up big time, and the Ultras have to rescue him.
Seb specifically gives the advice, hit every button at once.
Yes, because his logic is that if you hit every button at once, they'll all cancel each other out. So, like, if you go left, right, up, and down, you'll stay still.
That's how it works.
He's
that's how it works.
Hold on. What's the Hold on, I need to look up an abbreviation. He has discovered the strength of simultaneous opposite cardinal directions when playing fighting games.
Oh yeah, he's one of the hitboxes.
He is a hitbox guy.
The Baal's spaceship falls to a down onto a planet. Succumbs to gravity.
Yeah, Arrakis.
We got the re-entry battle.
Yeah, and the kid's star rescues them, stops them from plowing straight into the planet, but not enough to like keep the spaceship in fully intact, and it gets busted up. Most of it doesn't work, and Sev is like, well, we can attach it to our ship, and we'll have one big ship, and we'll all go in search of Mother. And Baal's like, that's a stupid idea. And Pico's like, "Aw," and Baal's like, it's a great idea. It's a really good idea. We should do that. And so they do that, and they go in search of Mother, and that's kind of the also running through this episode is the teacher back on M7.8 is calling the cops, and the cops are useless. Yeah,
they're like, does the spaceship have any registration? And he's like, no, I think they just made it. Well, he's like, well, we can't do anything about that.
Well, call us when you have some information. I was like, okay. I feel like the missing kids should do something, but okay.
There's also a good bit where like the kids are arguing, and like I think like Ta just like clocks Baal across the room.
Yes.
And I shared this as like the most Ultraman thing ever, where it's just like Ma going, violence is not good, but it's a quick solution for problems sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did laugh at this.
It's really good. They're learning. They're learning quick. They will be true Ultramen one day. Yeah, kind of like just running through these episodes, we get like some of the character of our main cast. Obviously, Pico is girl. We will see how much she gets aside from being girl. For now, she's girl.
Don't worry, Ultraman has had a good track record on this so far.
Ma is a main character, but he's got his whole his parents are missing thing. Sev is just a helpful big brother, basically.
He's also the inventor friend.
He's also kind of he's like kind of the nerd guy.
He's the nerd guy, and like everyone likes him.
I can't believe
because
he's voiced by Steven Crowder.
I
can't believe no one got that one.
I didn't get the no.
That's because
the fucking brain! God damn it!
The brain from Arthur.
I try to expunge this from my memory.
Wait, what's? I'm sorry.
Steven Crowder, you know Brain from Arthur? This kid?
Yes.
Steven Crowder voiced him for like 2 seasons.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder if he voiced him. Did he voice him for the Jekyll Hyde season, or was it a different guy?
The Jekyll Hyde season.
You don't know.
I don't know nothing about Arthur, really.
there's the song Jekyll Hyde where like Brain reads the Jekyll Hyde story and goes crazy.
I see. And then we got Ta, who is brusque. And
I mean, he's Taro.
He's Taro. He's Taro. He's kind of he's kind of dumb guy, and he likes to hit. He wants to hit. He can't stand Baal. He wants to hit Baal all the time. And Seb's always like, no, calm down. Enough of that. Pico is selective about when she finds violence fun or bad.
Yeah. She does celebrate them getting punched across the room, but when like the boys are laughing about the fact that they crashed their spaceship, she's like, "That's not nice."
Yeah. You know what? I think those are good lines to draw.
The punch does more damage to them than the crash does.
The crash could have killed them.
True. When has a Bolton ever died in a spaceship? That's ridiculous.
Well,
Well, as we established, they don't even know what living is, so can they really die?
yeah.
I don't even remember how Alien Guts got it.
I mean, that two-parter wasn't great.
Oh, Alien Guts puts Seven in the crucifix and then just kind of gets
They killed
in the
Wyndham.
second part.
Oh yeah.
Right, yes, they did. It was a big deal. And then the second episode wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
This
Also
show's
that-
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having
Goes-
an alright
goes-
time.
Goes down easy.
Yeah.
It does end with them like temporarily fixing the radio, and then it doesn't work, and they're like, damn, what a shame, the radio doesn't work. And Neil Gross is like, no.
So we are
The children are missing.
we are using what I'm assuming are different subtitles for this. Maybe did your subs use the term Wi-Fi?
No. What?
I don't know.
Every time they talk about the radio or calling back to the teacher,
What?
they
That
use
feels-
the term Wi-Fi.
that
And I
What
was-
subs do you have?
The official Mill Creek one's on the DVD.
What?
Yes.
That's a radio.
No, they're calling it Wi-Fi. They say, "Oh, the ship's Wi-Fi is working
that's
again."
crazy. To be honest, I was
Yeah.
using some alternative subs, but I simply assumed that those were ripped from the DVD. To be honest.
Shiki voice from Tsukihime. Radio? This is... But it's not Wi-Fi.
There's
No.
like a different level of strange racism as like naming him Ultraman Jack when they're clearly not saying Jack in the 70s shows. Because this is just like backporting technology that didn't exist at the time the thing was made.
Are they... Right. Are Mill Creek theorizing that this show is going to be watched by children who don't necessarily have interest in the idea that this is an old show with old technology?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I don't know. I don't think any child is going to... First of all, I don't think many people are going to watch this. But I don't think any child is going to... I think the people who are going to watch this are insane people like us who want to
Yeah.
watch too much Ultraman.
Honestly, I'm surprised that Mill Creek even released this.
I am very surprised.
Like, I'm not complaining
Yeah.
because, like, well, it's nice that they actually care enough to like release more niche stuff. But it is like this is bizarre, and also it is funny that this got subs before Ultraman Great.
The popular form of Wi-Fi as we know it today is younger than this show by 1 year.
That's funny.
Well, I don't know who thought that was a good idea in those subs, but yes, they're calling them on the radio. I suppose this is one thing about these two episodes that I quite liked is that the kids are like, well, obviously they'll assume that, like, you know, because he'll tell our parents and it'll be fine. Our parents will just know that we're out in space in a spaceship. Meanwhile, Grosner's on Earth going, I lost 6 children.
No, it's okay. The policeman tells him, "Hey, spaceship these days, it's basically as safe as riding a bike."
Right. I like the disparity of, from a kid's point of view, these are not, like, from the child's point of view, they are not lost children, and from the
Yeah.
adult's point of view, it's like their parents are going to kill me. I'm going to die.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Otherwise, I don't really have much to say.
Yeah, I mean it's fine.
Yeah.
I can give you
I'm
the
happy to-
trivia, and then
Yeah, go for it.
I have my other segment I prepared.
Yeah.
So yeah. I just to reiterate again, Brad, like the same people did this to episode as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That makes it easy. So Grosser, the teacher, based on... This is a bizarre pull. Gakuen Azura, who was the trash kaiju from Return of Ultraman that was in the one episode where Ibuki replaced Kato as captain.
Oh.
Okay.
I think I said on the Ultraman wiki that like people didn't actually know which kaiju this was supposed to be for a while, for a long time.
Lol.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a bizarre pull. Anyway, voice actor Takashi Aono, he voiced Zarab in the original Ultraman. He voiced Shiro Sanada in Space Battleship Yamato.
Oh, hang on. Wait, hang on. Let me look up Space Battleship Yamato. I may have been wrong earlier. Let me just check.
In the meantime, he voices Dr. Wily in the PlayStation Mega Man games. He voices King Piccolo at Dragon Ball.
Let's go.
He voices Jinpachi Mishima in Tekken 5.
Let's go.
And he's the dub voice of the Joker in Batman the Animated Series.
I'm the Joker, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And he also, in that one episode of Proverbs Story I watched, he was the teacher who did spank Ma again, but again, he wasn't his foster dad. He was just the teacher.
Oh, did he look the same, or was it like...
Yes, it was the same character design. They aren't really reinventing the character design as much between entries, but there's a bit of like style difference between like late 80s to early 90s, definitely. Well, also, I guess like one is, I guess, on a high definition TV network.
Who did you say the Yamato character was?
Shiro Sanada.
Okay, I was right earlier. Sanada is the scientist on board the Yamato.
Okay. And then we got the other character I have is Polly Polly, who is basically Grosser's assistant / robot wife? Question mark?
Droid.
Yeah. Based on no prior Ultraman kaiju or robot. Voiced by Michitaka Kobayashi, who I didn't see many roles from them that I recognize, but they apparently voice Yasop in One Piece, who I assume is a major character in that. And more importantly, voices Job John in Gundam.
Let's go!
Oh, yeah. What a real guy.
What a lad. He was there. He's just as important to history as all the other ones.
That's Shiho and
Yeah.
Seed.
Yeah. What a
I bet
real
there's like
character Shiho is.
there's like a spin-off manga about him, I bet, where he's like really important. Oh yeah, of course, he shows up in Mobile Suit Gundam Pulitzer, Amuro Ray Beyond the Aurora.
Pulitzer? Like the prize?
Yes, no, this... Oh, do you not know about this?
No, I don't.
Have you...
Oh,
Mel,
wow.
Mel, have you ever wanted to read a manga where Kika, known Gundam orphan child, becomes a journalist and goes around interviewing people about their relationship to Amuro Ray and their memories of him?
No. I've had zero interest in this or idea that anyone would want this.
The thing is, this is only only a couple of steps removed from my dream UC project, which is Kai Shiden interviewing his president, Shah Aznabal's presidential era. A Frost Nixon.
That's actually a thing you can get to with like a reasonableness from Zeta.
Uh-huh.
I did check in on this manga because I saw that someone is working on it on Manga Dex, and I did see the funniest goddamn like end of a manga chapter stinger, which is this panel that says, on the hunt for Amuro's final mobile suit, Bicha and Kai begin to move.
Why is Bicha involved?
I don't know. I do like the idea that the universe just naturally allowed Bicha and Kai to become, like, friends in some sort of way. Ridiculous.
Gundam manga writers are ridiculous.
Wait! By UC 120, Job had become a senior engineer at the SNRI. He was responsible for the Formula 90 project! Oh my god!
That's definitely a real fact. I believe.
That's so real.
Yeah,
That's so real.
About
Gundam,
real guy, Job John.
Yeah, Gundam F90, the manga, said so. All the way back in
What a
1990.
real manga that is.
Yeah, it
just
came
like
out
just like
the
Ace,
year
just like
before
Ace Pilot,
F91.
Johnny Ridden.
Yeah. I like how
Wow.
it doesn't even say who wrote this.
Gundam's stupid.
Wow.
Well,
That might be it
yeah.
for the Ultraman this week. Color timers, Mal?
Do I mosey on to the next segment? The
We
backup
can mosey
portion?
on down to Evangelion.
So on one hand, this is a single person backup, so I can't be too ridiculous. But on the other hand, I do have to do my due diligence. So
Uh-huh.
the year is 1992, and Hideaki Anno has become depressed following the completion of his work on Nadia: The Secret of the Water and the failure of Uru and Blue, which is meant to be a sequel to the 1987 Gainax movie Royal Space Force, The Wing of Honomis. I don't know how to pronounce it. Part of this is he felt he critically limited by his work on these projects, that he was still operating under someone else's directives, and so he wanted an original work of his own to work on. Apparently, he pitched something similar to what would become Evangelion in 1991, before the Uru project fell through, but was rejected by Gainax because his pitch was basically mostly just like, wouldn't it be cool if there was a robot with a cable, or what if the pilot was like in a test food full of liquid or something? When asked what the story would be, he was like, I haven't thought of that yet.
Uh-huh.
Which is like the most... I don't
like,
think I've
very
heard in my
funny.
life.
I love to be like, oh man, what if this? Is there a story there? I don't know.
Yeah.
After Anno went out drinking with the producer of King Records, Toshimiki Otsuki, a collaboration between two companies was approved, where Anno was granted a time slot for, quote, something, anything, unquote. During the planning phase, an OVA and movie were considered, but TV anime was considered the most accessible medium for audience at the time. And also doubted whether Gainax had the resources or managing capabilities to actually handle production in-house, and considered taking his pitch to Sunrise, but ended up going with Gainax in the end anyway. Maybe that was a mistake. Even so, this may have been the wrong call, since Gainax was indeed lacking in resources. Only 3 members on staff were working on a series at a given time, and as a result, much of the work had to be outsourced to another studio. But actually finding another studio to take on the role was itself a challenge due to the rumors in the industry of how awful the production of Nadia was. So in the end, Tatsunoko Productions ended up taking on the project after one of its producers and a fellow sci-fi otaku, Motoku Ueda, was like, yeah, sure, I want to do this. This sounds cool. Apparently, Anno warned Otsuki, we'll listen to your personal opinion, but if you even hint at King's Records' official stance, we'll halt work immediately, even if it's during broadcast. Which is a crazy thing to do in a collaborative project. Anno's team also refused to have toy companies as sponsors to try and maintain creative control and push back against TV Tokyo on this stuff. While the series originally was simply set in a future school setting, Anno's depression led into the direction going into what we know the series for now. That said, it seems like quote-unquote fighting God as an angle was there from the jump. Even so, there are some inevitable changes following the March 1995 sarin gas attacks, which led to some things in the original drafts being toned down because they felt quote-unquote too real to people on staff.
Mm-hmm.
Other things that changed as the show developed. I know originally wanted to call the show Alcyon, but was changed due to the name lacking hard consonant sounds that'd be easier for the Japanese audience to pronounce. He also originally proposed a female protagonist like Gunbuster and Nadia, but apparently the character designer Yoshiyuki Sadamoto, who also worked on Nadia, was like, can we have a male protagonist for once? If we only have girl protagonists, it will just be like Miyazaki.
Okay.
And Anna was like, yeah, sure. Incidentally, mechanical designs were done by Ikuto Yamashita, who was specifically credited with Unit 1, together with Anno. Initial draft proposals also had 28 angels instead of the final number of 17, although from what I gathered, it's partly because the show pivoted from its initial plans around episode 813. Also, attempts to connect the setting of Evo to the Nadia fell through because they couldn't get the rights from NHK, which aired Nadia. Unsurprising that the production ran way closer to deadlines than it was comfortable, with the initial cuts of the first 2 episodes being screened at the July 1995 Gainax Festivals only 3 months before they were aired on TV. The show itself premiered October 4th, 1995, which puts it in between Ultraman Powered and Ultraman Tiga in our timeline. As for production mishaps during the show's run itself, I'll probably get to that as we go along. Direct quote from Wikipedia. The final version of the story reflects inspirations drawn from numerous other anime and media. Chief among these are Space Battleship Yamato, Mobile Suit Gundam, Devilman, and Space Runaway Ideon. The series also incorporates tributes to Childhood End, the novels of Ryu Murakami, The Andromeda Stain, The Divine Invasion, the poem Pippa Passes, The Hitcher, and several television series including The Prisoner, Thunderbirds, Ultraman, and Ultra 7.
There you go.
There you go. Would you like to read the summary that I've read for episode 1?
You have a summary for me to read? Yeah, I would love to.
I mean, technically it's a two-parter, so I guess I may as well just make that. There you go.
Oh my god, okay, hang on. Let me copy this. Let me paste this into my notepad. Alternatively, let me paste it into Drive and put it into Comic Sans so that I can read it. My brain, reading.
I'm definitely doing this segment by the seat of my pants because I'm like, I don't know how to fucking do this.
Yeah.
When I'm like the only one watching this show.
I mean, I'm just going to remember the show as we go.
Well, yes, that was my assumption because I was like, I don't want to force my host to watch it with me, but I'm sure because I've seen it, they can like.
Here's the thing: because of the fact that new Evangelion was announced,
yeah,
I am like maybe I should read the manga, but I don't know that I'm.
I was thinking I should read the manga at some point, especially because they talked about it in Alpha. It's like, oh, that's a pretty good version of it, but
okay, the first episode is called Angel Attack. The year is 2015. Fuck. And Japan is kind of a mess for some reason. A teenage boy named Shinji Ikari has been summoned by his estranged dad Gendo to the city of Neo Tokyo 3 and has arranged to meet up with his dad's co-worker Misato Kisaragi, someone who he's never met before and whom he can only identify with a weirdly horny photo she sent him. That's, Misato. Unfortunately for him, he gets lost and caught up in the kerfuffle of a kaiju attack as a strange creature dubbed an angel wipes out the JSDF military force. Misato manages to find him and pick him up in the nick of time in her sick car and takes him to the underground HQ of Nerve, an obviously shady Ultraman-style science patrol team led by Gendo that assumes command of the mission to fight the angel from the JSDF once both conventional and nuclear weapons prove ineffective. It is interesting getting that clear, like the split between the military and the science patrol thing. Yes. There, Shinji meets the scientist Ritsuko and also a giant robot, the Evangelion Unit 01, which is not in the manual but is in a big pool of goop. Gendo shows up to tell his son, "Make yourself useful by fighting in the robot, you pussy." Shinji not unreasonably says, "Are you fucking crazy? Hell no," albeit while peeing and pooping. So Gendo has them wheel out Rei Ayanami, who Shinji previously saw as a mirage and is currently wrapped up in bandages in a hospital bed to pilot it instead. After the angel causes a big enough explosion for debris to fall, Unit 01 appears to move on its own to save Shinji from being injured, at which point Shinji decides it's irresponsible to push back against toxic masculinity and gets in the robot anyway. After getting in the cockpit and getting bathed in more weird goop, Unit 1, I keep calling it 01. Ava Unit 1 is launched up to the surface to fight the angel, which brings us to the second episode, Unfamiliar Ceilings. Shinji, I didn't actually put this in Comic Sans. Hold on. Here we go. I'll edit this. Don't worry. Unfamiliar Ceilings, aka the Beast. Shinji goes to fight the angel and immediately gets owned and wakes up in a hospital bed and tries to piece together what the fuck happened, while Misato and Ritsuko oversee both the cleanup of the aftermath of the fight and the arming to the teeth of the city's fortifications. Meanwhile, Gendo is having a Zoom call with the secret shadow organization pulling the strings behind Nerve. Good luck figuring out what their deal is. Gendo's benefactors chastise him for blowing their budget and using nepotism to give his son a pilot position before telling him that they need to up the timeline on their human instrumentality project, whatever that is. Now that the angels have finally appeared and their existence has become public knowledge in spectacular fashion, Misato picks Shinji up from the hospital, where he awkwardly bumps into his dad before going to find out his new address. Misato is incensed that Shinji was set to live in an empty apartment by himself and basically strong-arms her way into getting custody of him. The rest of the day is basically Shinji being kind of disoriented as he overhears people scared about the kaiju attacks at the supermarket, arrives at Misato's place and mentally goes, "Damn, you live like this?" And then finally meets the weird penguin who also lives there while trying to take a bath. In the end, Shinji just veggies out in bed, listening to his mixtape as he remembers how the fight at the start of the episode actually went down. After getting owned, Unit 1 went on a rampage and basically beat down the Angel so hard it blew itself up to try and take the Evangelion out with it. After the battle, the robot's faceplate falls off to reveal it's maybe not a robot at all, as Shinji looks into the reflection of some buildings to see the unsettling eyes of a weird flesh beast, which fucked him up so much he passed out. Meanwhile, Misato, who is talking to Ritsuko on the phone while in the bath for some reason, feels guilty about whether she's been seeing Shinji as a full person or as merely someone useful like Gendo. She later goes and tells him, "Hey, you did good today, kid," before wishing him good night, to which he responds with silence. Yeah. Episode 1 and 2 of Evangelion.
It sure is. Yeah, it is fun, to be honest, revisiting this after some time, both like... Mm-hmm. Having seen more of the stuff and it was inspired by, and also having the distance of like, oh, this is like, because I watched this in 2012. I saw, so it's been a while.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Yes, it is. it's before this when the show took place.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember the exact time I first watched Eva, but I definitely remember I remember Rebuild of Eva. It was between Rebuild of Eva 1 and 2 being a thing. I want to say.
For me, I think I watched it after 2 was out, but before 3 was out.
I think I first watched Evangelion in like... relatively recent. Like, not recently, but relatively. Like, maybe 2016, 17, something like that. No, that can't be right. Maybe? I don't know. I'm trying to remember where I was living. The thing is, I moved around so much. I don't know.
Yeah. And yeah, so there's definitely an element of like, I'm seeing a lot of stuff for the first time again because of how long it's been. But also knowing the basic plot stuff does mean I get to like sort of see what things are seeded in advance. Or like, I'm like, oh, I kind of know that stuff, and sort of seeing how they're setting up. Even if maybe they don't entirely know what they're setting up themselves. Also interesting just being like, because I'm purposely trying to be like, well, I'm kind of approach this like I'm watching an Ultraman show and seeing what the Ultramanisms are, and that's kind of fun in its own way. Like with Nerve being like basically a defense team, but like more unambiguously shady from the jump.
Yes.
And of course, like,
it's cool.
Yeah. And like, of course, like instead of an Ultraman, it's like a robot with all the Tomino isms there, but like maybe with not the same idiosyncrasies as Tomino himself.
But it does have a color timer.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Got that 5-minute timer. Yeah, I was gonna say you better have color timer.
Of course, I do my job. Who do you think I am?
Of course, naturally. Hey, guess what? One of the first things I thought was when the Ava Unit 1 started to launch the first time I watched this anime.
Well,
Thunderbirds.
I
went, this is like Thunderbirds. The music also sounds a lot like Thunderbirds.
Of course. That does make a lot of sense now. Especially that we know that Ultraman was also Thunderbirds.
Yes. I think there's a video of it. Might be I think the last time I went to find it, it wasn't around anymore. Let me see. Anno Anderson.
It is pretty funny that like Shinji gets brought to Nerve and he gets given the manual, like the employee manual.
Yeah.
Which is very Gundam, very Tomino Gundam specifically to get the manual. And then he gets confronted with the robot and he's like, "What the fuck?" and tries to look at the manual. Because like, this is not the manual.
He's like they're on like a lift an elevator going up past the robot, and he's reading the manual while the characters are talking or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah. Thing that didn't make in the summary was, of course, the nuke goes off when they're in the car, and then they have to push the car back over.
Yeah. Great moment.
It's a good moment.
Well, no, specifically, it's an N2 bomb, a non-nuclear bomb.
It is fun. We get like the show starts with like we get the angel swimming, and then like Misato's like, damn, where's this kid? And he gets Shinji on the phone, and he's like, damn, phone's
It
not
helps that Sachiel is just a fucking killer design.
Yeah,
it really looks cool.
It's a good start, especially because like this is still in the mode where like angels are clearly just normal ass kaiju, and it's a pretty good as far as like this is a starter basic angel kaiju, especially when it grows the second head.
Yes, that I love its I believe it has like the weird like pounding arm things. Like it,
it's got like
yes.
it's like the power bunker thing.
Yeah,
it does
no,
the Unit 1's
awesome.
face.
Yeah.
Which is very cool.
Yeah. Also, Roy appears. There's obviously they tease though that she's weird, but we also don't get enough for her to really comment too much on. Like she does appear for like 2 seconds in episode 1, episode 2, also in the hospital bed, but I can only put so much in the fucking summary. But yeah, it was interesting to revisit. Like obviously it does feel easy to like dunk on Anno and give him a swirly like he deserves, but
Yeah, I mean the show is because this is just kind of like this early stretch of the show is basically at Ava at its most like this is a Monster of the Week show.
Yeah.
That is one thing I will always give to Ava. I think it does the Monster of the Week shit really great. Like one of the best in that regard, honestly.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes from here, but it is fun just being like, yeah. Well, so far we only had the one monster because it was a 2-parter, but
I do also think it's deeply inspired to have the resolution to the fight be told as traumatic flashback.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's good. Yeah, they execute it well so far. And of course you have the gag with the penguin, and he's just like standing naked with the food in front of his crotch.
Yes. Oh, when she moves
yeah,
she moves the can, and there's still something in the way. Yeah. It's a good gag.
Also, yeah, damn Misato, you really do love that. That's crazy. There's like so much garbage piled up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely a few bits like in this episode where like I need to remind myself if it happens like later on, but like at least when she first is talking to Ritsuko over the phone about taking custody of Shinji, she's like, "Don't worry, it's all good." And it's like, haha, it's not like I'm gonna hit him. And Ritsuko's like, "What? You can't say that." And so curious to see how they're setting that up, because it does feel like they're trying to do something, especially with the photo in the first episode.
Misato is simply Misato.
Yeah.
Shinji doesn't have to go 3,000 light years in search of her mother.
That's true.
There
are mothers all around him.
There's so many of them.
I had a friend who once famously in a server I'm in said the process of growing up is watching Evangelion and realizing how deeply relatable you find Misato versus how deeply relatable as a child you felt towards Shinji.
I see.
They have this bit where they do rock, paper, scissors for chores, and then it ends up with Shinji having to do most of the chores. Damn.
She's got that fucking who's the main character from Licorice Recoil?
Chisato.
Oh yeah, she's got the Chisato superpower where she just knows how to win at rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Me nodding my head sagely, both Misato and her are in Nikkei now.
That's okay. Is Misato in Nikkei?
Yeah.
Chisato at least shoots a gun as a profession, but
I think you'll find Misato shoots guns sometimes.
She does sometimes. It's not the same. I like the pen is also there.
Yeah. Also during combat, Pen is there.
This looks like it was made with AI. I gotta be honest. Like, I know it's not, presumably, but like
that's just kind of the aesthetic
of Nikke,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
or at least when applying the aesthetic to Nikke.
Mm-hmm.
That
But
guy
yeah.
has been getting shit for CB to have started using AI in shit. So?
Well. I guess I can do my trivia stuff now.
Yeah.
Director for both these episodes was Kazuya Tsuraki. He got a start as an animator on Nadia, Secret of the Water. He would go on to direct parts of Karakano. He'd then do Fully Cooley, Die Buster, The Avery Bells, and of course, our favorite, G-Cucks.
Don't say that.
That show rules. I still stand by that.
That's dog shit.
Writer Hideaki Anno, though, was co-written by Yoichi Aokito for episode 2. We'll be back to Aokito eventually, though. Anno started as an animator on the OG Macross while attending Osaka University of Arts, which he later got expelled from because he stopped paying his tuition fees once he was using his money to finance his indie films like the Ultraman fan films and Daikon 3 and 4.
Damn.
All right, nice.
He gained great recognition after his work on Nasuka of the Valley of the Wind, and he went on to become a co-founder of Gainax, I think, the same year as that movie.
Mm-hmm.
He was the animation director on that aforementioned Royal Space Force movie, and from there went on to be the director for Gunbuster and Nadia. And then after Evangelion, he directed Karakano, then did a documentary on the production of Gamera 3 called Gamera 1999. He did a mid-aughts live-action Cutie Honey movie, and then, of course, you have the rebuilds in the Shin series, where he likes to play with all his toys. As for voice actors, Shinji Ikari is voiced by Megumi Agata, who voices Yuki in Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0, Haruka / Sailor Uranus and Sailor Moon, both Makoto Naegi and Nagito Kamaida in Danganronpa, and Yukito in Cardcaptor Sakura.
Okay.
Misato Katsuragi is played by
Oh my god, that is Yukito.
Yeah.
So I'm connecting the voices now in my brain. That is the same voice.
It is.
Oh, wow.
How far are you in Cardcaptor Sakura anyway?
Episode, hang on. Let me see what I've got, because the version I'm watching is so big, I have to... give me 1 second. Episode 30, I've seen episode 34.
Okay.
I'm a decent way in.
Okay.
A mysterious woman has shown up, and she has a connection with her Sakura's brother.
Okay. Again, I have to remind myself what happens there.
Anyway.
Misato Katsuragi is played by Koto Mitsushi. She's perhaps best known for Usagi / Sailor Moon in Sailor Moon. She plays Tonya in Gundam X. And definitely no other Gundam character in any other series.
Oh, you mean the what's her face from Seed, the captain,
and the narrator.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Does this mean she's also the zombie that doesn't speak in Zombieland Saga?
Yes, which I didn't realize until doing this research. And this was also, I found out that there was a Zombieland Saga movie that came out last year that I just didn't hear about for some reason.
Yeah, same. I don't know.
Anyway,
you'd hope.
You'd hope. I guess, as far as side games properties goes, there was another one that was a rising star in.
That's true. That is true.
Anyway, she also voices Juri in Revolution Girl Utena, and mascot I'm a fan of, Hami from Sweet Peaker.
Okay.
And finally, for this session, Gendo Ikari, played by Fumihiko Tachiki. He's apparently the narrator in the Golden Kamuy anime.
Okay.
And also the narrator in Kamen Rider Kuga.
Okay.
He voices Kugai Kratos from Tales of Symphonia. Gil in Street Fighter V, Kasai from Higurashi, the Belt in Kamen Rider Double, and he's also, I think we've talked about this before back when we did this, the Japanese dub voice of Dr. Onda in Ultraman Rising.
Okay. Yes, we did.
Then, of course, we have Sachiel, the kaiju of this week, designed by Yoshito Asari. This is his prototype design, apparently, which is also pretty cool. From Wikipedia, in Kabbalistic and Christian mythology, or angelology, Sachiel is an archangel of the Order of Cherubim, as the archangel of wealth, abundance, success, and prosperity.
Yeah, yada yada yada.
In the first draft, episode 1 was originally called People's Reunion. Also in this draft, Shinji would have been saved from an angel attack while on a train by Rei in Unit 0. The angel was going to get away and then fight Shinji Unit 1 in episode 1. In episode 2, just like what actually happens, basically. Episode 1 was apparently finished in April of 1995, with episode 2 complete a month later. It seems that by the time the 2 episodes were shown at the Gainax Festival in July, the OP was not yet ready, so they basically just showed the episode without the OP.
Okay.
Wikipedia notes
that's pretty standard nowadays, honestly.
Yeah. Wikipedia notes. Well, no, because these days you not only do not have the first OP, but also the first 3 episodes are a movie for some reason.
Oh yeah.
They put them together. Yeah.
New modern sauce.
It's like everyone saw Oshinoko do that, and then they just did it regardless of whether it actually made sense, like it did for Oshinoko.
Tell us more about how you feel about Freerun.
I just don't care. I like season 2 started airing. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I don't need to go watch one season.
Yeah,
I'm good. Same with Oshinoko season 3. Apparently, it seems. I just like, oh, whatever. I
had a friend tell me about the ending. I'm like, man, I'm happy I didn't keep up with that shit.
I don't entirely know the ending, but just from inklings, I'm like, well, I think I'm had my fill. Season 2 is fine enough. It was one of those things where, like, I think when those shows ended, I was like, oh yeah, I'm down for more. And then by the time it just snuck up on me that these seasons were out, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm actually okay.
I'm looking up the Oshinoko ending right now. Please continue.
Wikipedia notes that according to the Evangelion film book, in episode 1, quote, Akio Jisou's directorial style particularly informed the installment.
I mean, yeah.
If only Akio Jisouji's political beliefs also influenced Anno in any way. Apparently the scene where Shinji meets Evo Unit 1 for the first time was an homage to Combat Battler V. Anno apparently was dissatisfied with the first episode during the post-recording because in his eyes it was a failure because it couldn't beat the first episode of the original Gundam, and I'm like, well, calm down.
Well, you're not gonna... The first episode of the original Gundam is really good. First of all, it's... If you want to top the first episode of the original Gundam, don't make an episode that's the first episode of original Gundam. Don't just remake that episode, because there is so much in this... It's one of the things I hear so often from people who go back and watch original Gundam, who are like, you know, they like Ava, is they go like, oh, this first episode is like so first episode of Ava.
Yeah, maybe you could do your own thing.
Yeah,
which I think applies to even if like facetiously it's fun to say, oh, this is just an Ultraman fanfic.
Mm-hmm.
But Eva is the only thing because Anno likes both Ultraman and Ideon.
Hang on. He's also done the first episode of Gundam again in G-Comics.
Yeah, literally.
Well, that's not Anno, but well, yes. Oh wait, no, yeah, Anno did that.
His involvement with that show was literally just to remake to play with the 79 toys.
Because that's all he does now. Anyway, episode 2, apparently the fight was, quote, the fight was originally close to Tokusatsu battle in style of Ultraman, but according to Yuichiro Oguro, during production, Takeshi Honda, who's the chief animator, apparently decided to give the scene more of an anime style.
Well, given that you're making an anime, yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Apparently...
As much as because I think,
yeah.
I don't know. You know, it would be interesting to like animate it like Toku, but also I'm like, but the reason that they do it like that in Toku,
there are choices that are made in the final battle of the final Rebuild movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it, so
I know.
Famously.
yeah.
Um,
The guy you kept telling me I had to go see it is now banned from the server. Where
Yeah.
he kept insisting I had to do that.
and also I had the term human instrumentality project, one of the most important things of the plot in the future, by improvising without having a clear idea of what it actually meant at the time.
I respect that,
I see.
honestly.
He was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's just putting it in for the vibes, and then eventually was like, oh fuck, I gotta figure out what that actually means. Also, the cover of Flight in the Moon used for the ED so far was by British singer Claire Literally.
I see.
That is the trivia.
Sick.
Yeah.
Evangelion will continue.
Yes.
Wow.
At a pace with the Ultraman show we're watching.
Yeah.
For anyone
Wow.
actually bothering to keep up with that at home.
With, homework and then Tiga.
Exactly.
Because I assume the fact that Tiga is like post Evangelion is we're going to be able to feel that in some way.
Yeah, I have to assume, I don't know to what degree, but I'm also like, well, Kanaka obviously watched Evangelion. I don't know
The
anyone
thing
else,
about
but-
Evangelion is that everyone watched
Well,
Evangelion.
yeah.
It's one of the... Because, generally speaking, if you're a weeb, you overestimate how big anime is in Japan. But you're not wrong about Eva or Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Those ones really are that big.
It is weird with Eva, because like how much is stuff drawing from Ultraman versus how much stuff is drawing from Eva drawing from Ultraman.
Uh-huh.
And presumably more stuff in the West draws more from Evangelion than from Ultraman.
Yes.
It can be hard to tell because I don't think individual Ultraman shows are as big as Evangelion, at least these days, but also Ultraman is Mickey Mouse.
Uh-huh.
So hard to
There
say.
is also a
Ultraman.
degree, which I'm wondering how much a lot of the team-based super robot stuff of the past that is in the same time is influencing some of particularly the nerve stuff. And I just haven't watched enough of those shows to really get the vibe,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do think about that sometimes because I'm like, I wonder how much of that is riffing on that stuff too. The problem is every time I try watching one of those shows, I get a few episodes in and I'm like, I don't really feel like watching this. One day I'll watch all of Mazinger Z. I keep telling myself.
Yeah, the show that's 100 episodes.
Yep.
And Grandizer's 70. Unless you want to watch
Shows are long.
unless you want to watch a mid version by Fukuda
Nope.
sponsored by the Saudi government.
Okay, I've now read what the ending of Oshinoko is.
What's your assessment? Don't tell me because it'll take too much time, but I'll figure it out myself.
I don't know. I don't know.
The thing that I think kind of just... Well, I kind of just stopped caring, but also hearing people be like, damn, it sure is annoying that Oshinoko tries to portray itself as the show that is critical of the entertainment industry without actually committing to that.
I see.
And just kind of being actually it's just some bad actors and also some people, they're kind of mean, but they mean well, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not getting Millennium Actress. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that Evangelion?
Yes.
In which case, we can talk about anything
No, you
else.
forgot the thing that you told me I should have been doing.
Fuck.
The wire timers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill myself. I'll be right back.
There has to be... This is going to be meticulous, because it's going to be hard to draw the lines. But in episode 1, Unit 1...
when I'm spending 8 months drawing the first episode of Evangelion.
Yes. Episode 1, EVA Unit 1 is on screen in the juice for 8 minutes and 8 seconds. Though if you only count from when it activates to save Shinji, that's 3 minutes, 39 seconds. Going immediately, with no transition, into the launching, which is 30 seconds up to the surface. Episode 2, when it's sortied, you have like 1 minute, 41 seconds in the pre-flashback, and then the actual flashback is about 3 minutes, 37 seconds. For a full combined sortie of like 5 minutes, 18 seconds, unless you count the 30 minutes at the end of episode 1 as one thing, which it is, which brings us to 5 minutes, 48 seconds. And because all of this is technically one singular event strung together, it's consolidated to 13 minutes, 56 seconds.
Okay.
Even Unit 1, I don't think was unplugged in this episode, so.
Okay.
But I'll keep an eye out. As I do.
There we go. That
is
that.
Yeah.
Join us after the break, where we will be talking about anything else. Welcome back, everybody. We're here to talk about anything else. I've done one thing of note.
Go for it.
I've been playing New Marathon.
Have you extracted things?
Yeah, the real genre of extraction shooter.
So here's the thing. I haven't played an extraction shooter before. I've been aware of them. I've watched games of The Hunt Showdown, and when I've been watching those, I've been like, okay, I do kind of see this was back before extraction shooter was kind of like a term that people were just kind of deriding automatically. And I was like, I do kind of see the appeal here, where it's like, you know, there's some like elements of like sort of permadeath in here, so and it adds like all this tension. You know, you've got it's like this really slow shooter, and it's all based on this like players. You know, everyone has like kind of some shared objective, and you can, if you accomplish that objective, you get a bounty, and then you can steal that bounty off another player. And so like the extraction, that's where the extraction term comes from, where it's like, oh, you gotta, that's the thing, you gotta get out of there once you've done the thing. And I was
some
like,
people might be lying to kill you and take all your shit that you extracted.
Exactly.
It's scary.
And then I start playing New Marathon, and I go, oh, I don't like extraction shooters. I'm realizing this instantly. I'm still gonna play it after this with a friend of mine, but first of all, I don't know that it's a good extraction shooter, because it's a game about you set your own objectives. It's sort of a game that sort of like heightens the hostility of the extraction element of it, because you don't have to take objectives that lead you to kill other players, like at all. Like you have these contracts that you take that are your objectives, and most of them are for like just accomplishing things in the world and then extracting. They don't lead you to... I've shot a bunch of players in this game. I don't think I ever once actually had a real reason to do that beyond I'm playing a multiplayer shooter and I kind of expect that I'm going to have to shoot other players. I don't think I had any reason to do it. And so I think this will heighten the how hostile it feels for someone to kill you in this game, because it's like, I've got all this shit that I've like accrued across like multiple games of this game, multiple matches, multiple runs of this game, and like this is my emotional support submachine gun, and this asshole has killed me. There was no reason for that person to take an objective that meant they had to kill me. There was no reason. They just like to live in some kind of weird Hobbesian state of nature. And I think that's a bad idea. And then
you
also
mean on top
of
like making Marathon a thing that it wasn't.
I still don't get why this. What do they justify using it as?
So I am speaking purely about the game that I'm playing. But on the subject of this being Marathon, I have played and bounced off of the first Marathon a number of times. However, I have so much more respect for that than this. Because it's I think it's very strange to take Marathon and do this, because it's kind of...
It's not like Marathon is like a thing that like has that name pull, first of all.
No.
And the people that do know what Marathon is
are gonna be mad.
Are gonna be mad. Yeah. I like that first Marathon game. This is not what I would have wanted from it coming back.
Here's the thing. I'm more grown up now. I should just play marathons. I should just play them. I can. They're free.
Yeah.
The fucking the other thing, a friend of mine, posting about how extraction shooters are essentially gambling. It's like it's a logic. The extraction shooter, as gaming becomes increasingly gambling, the extraction shooter is inevitable because you are betting your rare gear on success, and if you lose, you get put in a position where it is appealing to spend money to get to close the gap between the losers and the winners. Now I don't know what the monetization of Marathon is gonna be, so I don't know if that's the thing. But this is This is Aaron talking about the experience of playing Hunt the Showdown. Is that when you lose a character and lose a bunch of gear, the premium paid for loadouts that let you close the gap start to look really appealing.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, that does sound really grim.
Is Hunt free?
It might be. I don't think it is, actually.
Because Marathon isn't either, and that is like wild to me in a game that you're already paying an upfront cost for.
Let me see. I have no idea.
No, it's $30. At least Hunt Showdown 1896, which I don't know if this is a separate thing, but because I was gonna say my only experience with the genre at all is Synduality: Echo of Ada, which is a very funny game because it was made for a crowd of people that I do not think the developer was realizing absolutely hates the idea of PvP. They just want to customize their robot wives and the robots. And all of the reviews were like, "What do you mean other players can kill me and take my stuff?" And it kind of died like immediately. But I don't even remember that like having like it had like some like pick me up boost stuff. Okay. But I don't remember it being quite like loadouts. But yeah, carry on.
In which case, Marathon might not have any of that. It might not actually have that bit. But what it does have is it will still have the misery of the losers and the fact that there are just going to be players that are getting more and more powerful as everyone else loses runs. And here's my thing, is that gap you can feel. Bungie are really good at making first-person shooters, and so you can feel the gap when you pull the trigger on the gun. Because they're really good at making a gun feel like it's shit and a gun feel like it's really good. And so I lose a run. I'm going in with this sponsor kit that means I've got this fucking stupid little assault rifle that constantly drifts left. And it's like so frustrating to like weaponize how, you know, Bungie's competency for making first-person shooters, weaponize it in the direction of making that gap in the player base feel like a gulf, like on a moment-to-moment basis. It's strange. I don't think I like this genre of video game. I think it sucks. Because like I am someone who wants to kill players. Like if I'm playing a first-person shooter, I'm like I want to be fighting opponents. I want to be on the multiplayer. I want to be shooting guys. But when I'm playing this game and it's like I just it's odd. I don't know. It's an odd experience.
I feel like I've felt the taste of like, oh, there's something to this, where like I had one instance in Synduality where I was on like the map that you can only go to if you have killed a player before, basically. And there was like a big, like, because that game has like a big bounty system where it's like, oh, like they'll ping on the map like this guy is worth a lot if you take him down. Like there's a contract on him. And I had the experience of me and another player both very obviously fishing to like take this guy down. But only one of you can, like, claim that. So it kind of devolved into a three-way fight. And I'm like, this is kind of neat. I am also now realizing as I look at the Synduality page, which I feel like this is its own form of grim. I think they got away from not doing the weapon or gameplay-based stuff because all of the monetization went into developing different uniforms and outfits for your robot girl.
Lol.
Classic.
Modern video games.
Lol. There was the moment for me was when I was they've got this thing called the Rook, which is a character class in New Marathon where you don't get a contract and you can only queue solo, and you get a random weapon. And you get a big inventory. And it's just for scavenging. And you get this special ability that means that the NPCs, you can stealth past them, basically. And so you're only... like, the main threat for the Rooks is other players. Because you're specifically there just to collect loot. And so you're going to be a target. Mm-hmm. And I did a couple of runs of the Rook, and I was like, "Oh, this is you know, there's like interesting ideas within this thing," and I'm just like, at the same time, I'm just like, if I wanted a video game where like there was a lot of if like I was collecting loot and then there was downtime, and then there was a gunfight, I think the Battle Royale has that.
I do think I'm gonna always have this with the extraction shooters, is like, I think I'd rather just play a Battle Royale.
And
to
be
like,
honest,
if people like saw Tarkov was a thing people liked, it was like, well, clearly we have to turn that into genre, and not that people like Tarkov like it for particular reasons that you can't necessarily.
I definitely think also too there is a broader culture of people into shooters that like saw that Battle Royale appealed to a lot of people because like the inherent scale of it meant that it felt like you always had like people that otherwise didn't play shooters got into Battle Royales because like it was kind of fun to have that like, oh, I could get something really good or sneak up on someone who's better than me and like make it work. Mm-hmm. And I think extraction shooters kind of appealed to people that had a backlash against that, where they're like, oh, well, this is the hardcore, like, babies can't play this one, like, type shit.
Just play Team Deathmatch.
Yeah.
just play like load up Halo. Well, don't right now.
Yeah. I also think I mean, going back to the monetization too, I think that both Battle Royale and this, I also think, are a lot easier to pull off the Battle Pass. I don't know if Marathon has one of these. I'm assuming it does. Does it have like a seasonal Battle Pass thing?
Let me. I genuinely don't know anything about this game other than what I've seen. Let me. Marathon Battle Pass, which is such a grim thing to type into Google. Let's see. I heard Marathon will have a Battle Pass.
Rewards Pass voucher is on the Steam page as like a thing, I guess.
Okay. Wow.
So there's some degree of that, but like, yeah, it feels like this whole thing has been like just the direction all these games go, where it's like people don't want to play them for the fun of just playing the thing. It's like the progression.
I really like that when you Google Marathon Battle Pass, within like the top 3 links on Google is to the Battle of Marathon. Yes, thank you. That is 2 of those words. So yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I'll play Marathon. You know what? I should play Marathon.
I've not played that game.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you can't play Halo right now.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. But Bungie actually owns Marathon, which means that it's not a Microsoft thing. Also, it was never a Microsoft thing.
Yeah.
It originally came out on Mac, I believe.
Yeah. It was Mac. It was Mac gaming.
I should play the other 2. I played like OG Marathon a long time ago. I don't think I ever played the second or third game. The one thing I will say, I do have a few graphic designer friends who are really into this game just for the look. It is a shame about that story that came out about the art theft.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Apparently, now I will at least say, apparently that situation did end with that artist saying, "I'm happy with their response and how they compensated me." So there is at least that. I feel weird about this because, like, this is, like, it's obviously going for that, like, vector art aesthetic thing that, like, is also in the same design language as, like, Wipeout, which we talked about, like, the Designers Republic.
Brad.
Yeah.
Brad. Does this remind you of anything? There are a number of competing corporations that each have their own aesthetic and style.
Yeah.
That's new Marathon.
Yeah, it's so here's the thing. The very first time I saw this game, I was like, "Oh, they wanted to make the city from Mirror's Edge into an arena shooter game with the Wipeout aesthetic." And that is definitely what they're going for. And I do think it's kind of a look, but also too it is kind of the breaking point where I'm like, has this aesthetic now gone fully into the, like, old man slop of, like, oh, this is starting to get less cool because of how big this is getting? I kind of started to feel that way, which is a shame because I like the look a lot, but it is what it is. This is the nature of design trends. They get popular, then they get old, and then new things go over and revive in cycles, so... Such is the way of life.
Yeah.
Am I alive? Oh, okay.
I was also like, why is everything so quiet?
Yeah.
Is Red alive?
Red, did you die?
My microphone has been muted.
Oh.
I like the moths in the cutscenes that are making your body in New Marathon, which is what moths are up to these days, if you wanted to know.
Oh, the last time I ran into a moth, he called me a dumbass for having too many friends.
Damn.
I thought they just, like, make cocoons and stuff.
They also email our podcast.
True. Well,
Oh no, he's fanboy.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, never mind. That's me.
This is iconic. I love this image so much.
Oh, hang on. Let me look at this. Oh, yes. Well, if it isn't the dumbass with too many... Thank you, Mothman.
Thank you, Mothman. One of the greatest S&T demons.
It's Mothman. Love Mothman.
I also have one thing that is also AAA gaming slap.
Oh.
Is that your only thing?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Resident Evil 9
Okay.
Requiem
Oh, yeah.
is coming out. It came out, actually.
It's been out.
It's been out a few days. And I still haven't played Resident Evil 8 Village, so I went, fuck, I should do that before Requiem comes out, because I want to play Requiem.
Uh-huh.
I fully intended to beat this game, and then work happened, and I had to work more than play, so I didn't get a chance to actually beat Resident Evil 8, but I am halfway through. Have either of you played Resident Evil 8 Village?
I haven't beaten a single Resident Evil in my life.
I was gonna say, Mel, I'm assuming no, because you're not a horror person.
Yeah.
I've seen lots of footage of Resident Evil 8.
Did you watch Bay and Fauna play it?
I may have done.
Okay. I figured that would have been who. I watched some clips of their playthrough as I went through, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I fully intended to play this game around the time it came out, and I just, for whatever reason, wasn't in the mood, so I was like, I can wait on it. Until now. I know this game is quite split for a lot of people. Of some people being like, oh, it's great, and some people being like, oh, I don't like this game at all. I had completely forgotten that one of my friends, M, not the other M that we reference, just M as in the letter, is a fucking hater for this game, which I had completely forgotten about until I posted my initial thoughts on Blue Sky, and they responded, let's go!
Okay.
I do not like this game, really. I don't think. I think it is... So, here's the thing. I start playing this game, and I get a little ways in, and my first thought or reaction to it is, oh, they're trying to give Ethan Winters his Resident Evil 4.
I see.
We're in Europe, there's like a castle, and it's more action-oriented than the survival horror initial story that this guy came from. The more I played, the more I started to get reminded of Resident Evil 6, which is a game I also fucking hate. This is such a theme park ride of a video game. They are terrified of you getting lost or needing to think too hard about a puzzle at any point. It feels like it feels very uninspired to me. The thing I kept thinking every time I encountered, like, the classic Resident Evil style survival horror note is, oh, these feel obligatory in this one. They feel like they are there because they need to be there. Like, they don't feel inspired, really, all that often. A lot of the time, it's like, it's about time we deliver the backstory for the thing you're about to fight. We'll just put it in, like, a really obvious spot in this room you need to go to and explore. I don't feel like I have really any decisions to make at any point in this game. I, at no point exploring the big major area, which is like the castle with Lady Dimitrescu, who I was a little baffled by how little she's actually in this game and how much she does not matter.
Oh yeah, this is like the first thing everyone realized about Resident Evil 8 is, oh, the lady that everyone is posting about is nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, all right, actually, oh no, I forgot I have a game. All right, we're gonna solve a Resident Evil 8 puzzle together as a group.
Okay.
So, there's a safe in a room that has a combination.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you two images. Can you help me find the combination to the safe?
Okay.
Is it like...
Well... So it's 4 numbers, did you say?
No, it is 6. It is in fact 6.
Oh, it is just the... Okay, it is just
Yes.
the full date. Okay,
Yes.
so it's 2709 22 23?
Nope. It is in fact
Fifth?
270917.
It is literally just that. It's not.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Wait,
This
what am I
is-
thinking? I'm thinking of birth date. I'm being stupid. Don't mind me.
This is literally you get a room that you unlock that has like a new weapon in it, I believe. And right next to the safe is a note saying, "I'll never forget her 5th birthday," and a child drawing on the wall saying, "Happy birthday, 270917."
This is just like that one Simpsons clip that's like this.
Thursday the 20th. Yeah.
There is a. This reminds me. I also watched Fauna play Signalis. And there is a puzzle in Signalis. I watched Fauna and Crony. There is a puzzle in Signalis that involved thinking. And so, in a patch, the devs just put the solution to the puzzle next to the puzzle on a note. Which I think is the meanest thing anyone has ever done to their player base. I thought that was fucking brutal. It's like, here, you fucking morons. I was looking at these two images and I was like, in my brain, I was like, oh, well, it's going to be one of those things where you have to, the fact that it's her 5th birthday is relevant and you have to count up from like her birth date. And then I was like, no, hang on, I'm doing too much thinking.
Yes, it's literally just the answer in the same room. Mel, were you going to say something?
I was just like, well, I sure hope that I don't accidentally stumble on the note whenever I play Signalis.
So here's the thing. So Mel, it sounds like you've at least played a little bit of Resident Evil before, even if you haven't, like...
I have never in my life.
Oh, never even touched? Okay.
Never once.
Okay. Red, what is your Resident Evil experience out of curiosity?
I've played some of Resident Evil 1.
Okay. So surely you've played enough of Resident Evil 1 to get to a point where you have opened the map and have gone, oh fuck, I gotta go back there?
Yeah.
Yes, so this is a pivot, in my opinion, this is a pivotal Resident Evil horror feeling.
It's the feeling of having enough bullets to kill like a couple of zombies and then being like, oh no, this room does not have that many zombies in it. Come on. And then being like, okay, well, I've made it through this corridor and I'm in here, and then I'm like, okay, and now I have to get back over there.
Yes,
through
it's
all,
specifically
and I'm
like
those
picking
fucking
up
zombies again.
But specifically it's like you pick up a key and you realize, oh, the door that works with this key, oh, I gotta go back. Like, it's that feeling, right? It's like
Yeah.
solving the puzzle and realizing the routing you need to do the puzzle is going to like be a rough one.
Yeah.
This
is like Resident Evil is like being selective about what routes you make safe.
Yes. Which is why the saving system works so well in tandem, because like a lot of it's about like trying to work out what the optimal like exploration and like puzzle solving routes are. It's great. Can get a little tedious if like you run into a hurdle, but
it's short. So
yes, but it never lasts that long, and like the thrill of it, I think the pros outweigh the cons of the approach. At no point in Resident Evil 8 did I go, oh, I have to go back there. Like it's just, oh, you get the thing, here's an easy way to get to where you need to go. They might even mark it on your map. And you just go through it. It is so theme park feeling. That like I felt no tension. Also not helping this. You know what screams survival horror? When you run low on handgun bullets and then a tooltip opens up that says, open up the menu to craft more handgun bullets with the resources.
No!
In the first area of this game, I went into the first boss fight with, I think, over 100 handgun bullets, not including the sniper rifle I had and the shotgun. It's just full action game. and it's just not scary. It's just not scary. There is one... So, this game also... Okay. Another game. Am I describing Resident Evil or a Dark Souls game? To get to the final area of this game, I need to get the 4 important flasks from the 4 lords of the village.
Okay, well that sounds like Dark Souls.
Nope, that's Resident Evil 8.
Okay.
I can't believe they soul slot for Resident Evil.
It's wild. So you go through the first area, and then you realize, I have to take out the 3 other lords. The second area is they take away your weapons, and it's like a creepy house with like a doll maker, and like there's all these dolls like around or whatever. And it's kind of like freaky in the sense of like, all these unsettling dolls. And then this weird fucked up baby monster thing starts crying and chasing after you. And that so far has been the highlight of the game to me. It's like, okay, I need to exit this area. All the lights are like flickering. It's getting creepy. I don't have any way of defending myself. And then suddenly, like, you're in the hallway, and then around the corner is this big flesh monster, and it starts chasing after you while screaming. And I'm like, that's creepy. As soon as you realize in mechanical interactive gameplay terms, all you need to do is find one of the Metal Gear Solid style lockers in this house and then hide in it and then wait for the crying to stop, and then you're in the clear. All of the horror just immediately goes away, and I'm just like, okay. Yeah. And like it really deflates. There's a lot of weird optional checklist stuff you can do in the village, too. There's hunting mechanics in this game, where you can get permanent action game upgrades, like improved guard damage reduction and permanent health max HP upgrades by shooting the chickens and pigs and fish and giving them to the merchant. Here's the other thing. I don't feel any... Like... That would be one thing if, like, I got hit by one of these guys, and, like, I was like, oh shit, I'm almost dead. It takes so many hits on the standard difficulty to even see your, like, bar go from, like, green to yellow. I don't feel like I need them, but I'm doing them anyways, and it's just making the game easier. It's really bizarre. I don't like it. It feels like... It reminds me a lot of Resident Evil 6, like I said, in, like... They want anyone to be able to pick this game up and get through it no problem, smooth sailing, in a way that feels real AAA video gamey that I don't like, and I find very disappointing after Resident Evil 7. I think did a good job of being like, okay, how can we take, like, the modern first-person, like, indie game horror boom and kind of combine it with, like, old classic-style Resident Evil, you're in a creepy place, solve puzzles mechanics. Which I love Resident Evil 7. I think that game did a really good job of like kind of reinventing what the series could look like while taking into account the ways that the genre has gone in recent times. This just feels like they wanted to make like a horror FPS, and I don't really like it. So yeah. Fortunately, my friends who don't seem to like Resident Evil 8 all that much seem to be liking Resident Evil 9 quite a bit. So I will see at least what they've played of it so far. So I'm excited to get through this one and then get to Requiem. And this is my boy Leon. I love that guy. So
yeah,
we'll see what that entails. But yeah, not a fan of Resident Evil Village.
Damn.
Ethan Winters fucking sucks. I know people like him ironically. He's so goddamn boring.
You don't like it when his hand gets cut off and he like just puts it back on.
So that is a good moment. There is a part. I think that's foreshadowing for a really dumb thing that they're trying to do, where there's an old creepy hag in the village, and he talks to her.
Don't talk to women that way.
And no, that's her in character name, the hag. And you talk to her after escaping the castle, and he's like, I almost died in there. And then she looks at the camera and the music stops and she goes, oh, how could someone be almost dead. And I'm like, oh. I have a feeling that I think there's some...
I've scratched my noggin. What did she mean by this?
What could she mean by this after I saw this guy get his hand cut off and reattach it? Ridiculous video game. That's all I got.
All right.
Nice.
Wow. Mel, what you been up to?
Yeah, so this past week kind of sucked because I had to write the bar exam, or one of them, because my province has two of them. So that was taking
This
up a
is
bunch
getting out of hand.
Now there are two of them.
Now there are two of them.
So that took up a bunch of my time this week. So you think I wouldn't have much, and yet I have not just one, but 5 films.
Oh,
5.
fucking hell. Let me... Okay, yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm just checking how far into the podcast we were.
Were you checking to see if we hit 3 hours?
I was.
Yeah. Let's start with the one that you know. 2 days ago, on Friday, was my birthday.
Yeah.
And for my birthday, Psy Games specifically was like, we're gonna put the Musume beginning of a new era in theaters just for you.
Happy
So I went
birthday.
and watched that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm old. I'm 32 now, which is actually the same age as Brad. But
Don't say that.
Anyway, this is like I think one of the more recent things. So like I was going release order with a friend, and we're gonna obviously rewatch this movie again when we get to it. But like this is like furthest basically in terms of like getting through season 2, etc., etc. And also there's like this is a follow up to Road to the Top, which does mean that now that I've seen this and season 1 only, I'm like, wow, that's the real coughing baby hydrogen bomb situation right there.
Yes.
This movie is kind of incredible in terms of like, wow, it's just good.
We've gone from the cute girls are getting into like there is a sports anime attached, but mostly we're hanging out, to they're making like funk edits of characters on YouTube.
And like
it's hype and aura.
There's so much hype and aura, and just like a willingness to like during the races go all out on making the girls in anguish or grotesque or just like too into it, off model. I think it helps that this is about Jungle Pocket, who is probably the most normal of everyone in this cast. She like gets inspired after watching Fuji Kaseki run, and then by coincidence ends up being like trained by Kaseki's trainer, because Kaseki, for various reasons that are revealed later, there's like a very quick montage at the start of the movie. She's not in her career anymore at the moment. She's like, got injured, and so it's almost like the Jungle Pockets carry on her dream of her hero and senpai. And then as she goes to like make her big grand entrance, meets the fucking weirdo in a lab coat, Agnes Tachyon, who like is like, oh yes, I'm interested in the science, the potential of the Musume body, and how far can we push our limits from experiment and weird mad scientist vibes, and then proceeds to just win every race, and everyone is just like, this is how do we beat Tachyon? How? And then like,
I'm gonna tell you, if someone showed up and was like, I'm gonna see how science can like impact things and started winning everything, I'm accusing them of doping.
And so like there's also
they're just tapping into the physical potential of the horse girl body.
Yeah. And like the other characters, like there's Dansu Flame, who's like kind of more cutesy kind of girl, but she's like kind of like feels like she's in everyone's shadow, and she's like, oh man, I'm like, I can't compare to even Jungle Pocket or Tachyon. Everyone's just cooler than me. And has a chip on her shoulder, which drives her motivation. And then there's like, finally, there's Manhattan Cafe, which is like this weird stoic loner girl who's also Tachyon's roommate, and she's got a weird thing where it's like she has like a weird phantom imaginary friend who she sees like, oh, that's the person I have to catch up to in my race, kind of thing. I definitely think that like by focusing on more of the weird bizarro characters in this movie, it adds in more sauce than like season 1, which of course like Special Week is like the most well, this is the protagonist's character.
This is Pink Precure.
Yeah.
I did just find these two YouTube thumbnails.
Yeah.
Next to each other.
It's good.
Agnes Tachyon with just like pink elaborate font love with a love heart, and then Agnes Tachyon facing the camera with just white text, give up, you have no chance.
The second one I think is more accurate to Tachyon's character.
Oh yeah.
It's funny because in the game, because they're using a similar style and model, she definitely looks cuter, and this one she just looks really unsettling in a way that's great. And like there's like, I'm not gonna spoil the whole movie, but there's mild spoilers like partway through, and there's like a thing that you know if you've played Tachyon's campaign in the game as well. Like she's got some weird stuff with her legs, and she does like in one race she kind of like goes over the top and pushing to her limits in a way that everyone's like, bam, I can't beat that, and then she's just like, because of her injury, she kind of just plays up like, I'm retiring from racing. I'm never going to race again, actually. And
is this based on a real life incident?
Yes.
Perhaps.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, like basically every all of Musume is romance of the Three Kings in actual horse race stuff.
Didn't they? What? Don't they have a fake rivalry because they couldn't get the rights to one horse? I think I learned this from you two. Actually,
no, that's the first season.
Yeah, in season 1, there's a horse who they didn't get the rights for, but they use the sort of like the kind of final boss character that Special Week has to race against is they couldn't get the rights for, and so they just made a fake horse.
Made someone up.
Yeah,
but then they got the real one later,
yes,
right?
Yeah, somewhere along the line.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, but yeah, so Tachyon like retires. And it's like, well, my experiments are done. I can just, do different experiments, so it's fine. I'm not interested in this. And the rest of the movie is kind of like Jungle Pocket and everyone else who's like seeing Tachyon as like a rival to beat, now being like, well, now that my goal is kind of gone, what do I do? Because yeah, I win, but it doesn't feel the same when I'm not like beating the person I was chasing after. And it's cool, and like all the characters deal with it in a different way, and it's just all because it's like a movie. They go all in on making it animated a particular way and like good animation. Hypenora, Sakuga, I fucking was searching Uma Musume gifs and I got fucking really creepy super creek one. I'm not gonna share it, but I will give you like a
she's a man. Did y'all see the thing about how like hold on, I'm just gonna post
this one. Real Hypenora moments.
Yeah,
definitely can see like I know like M on Alpha has been on the record. She's been saying like, yeah, I was kind of like maybe into the game. I wasn't really finished season 1, and then I watched this movie and it altered my brain chemistry. And that's kind of why Alf becoming half an Uma Musume podcast for the past year is basically because of this movie being the way it is.
I see.
And yeah, it's good. I recommend it. Even if you're not necessarily a Musume fan, I think get some enjoy of it. And of course, if you already like the horses, why aren't you watching it? You already watched it. Is the actual thing. And I'm looking forward to like watching more. Even though I'm like, well, the TV anime won't look as good as this because it's a TV anime. But here season 2 is good, and it'll be nice to like see Road to the Top later because that's presumably as an OVA is a bit more style and flair in it.
That one, I know the plot of that one. It's insane.
Is about Amaya Baker's backstory.
Is that the aborted twincest?
Yes.
Yes. What if like season 1 of Uma Musume? Oh, the horses, they are cute together. There will maybe be shipping. Uma Musume Road to the Top. What if Yuri between Horse Girl and the potentially aborted like twin?
Oh, you meant actual abortion?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
I thought
like-
you meant aborted twincest as in they aborted the twincest plotline. That's
No,
wild.
Twincest comes from the abortions.
As in insane.
I did also. Did y'all see this, by the way? Because I got a kick out of this.
That's really good.
They're doing the Mads Mikkelsen post.
Yeah, fucking. They just have Super Creek Nendoroid, like the publicity photos, doing the Frieza pose.
Uh-huh.
She's here to blow up planets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's a good movie. You should watch it. Anyway.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm watching Uma Musume.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Yeah, I gotta get to. I gotta get to back to season 2 with my friend, but that's doable now that the exam season is done and I'm less stressed out.
Nice.
Until the next one after, right? Because I have to rewrite another one because I failed the last one. Anyway, it sucks out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, second movie. This was on a bit of a whim. It's a weird kind of psychological movie about like a kind of tortured man reflecting on like there's a narrative foil.
Okay. What rug pull is she building up?
It's
to?
and it's a Tim Burton movie, one of his older ones though. Stars Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. Anyway, what? Batman 1998. 89,
Yeah.
or 1989. That is a fun and bizarre movie. Jack Nicholson does steal the show. The Joker.
Mm-hmm.
The Joker look is fucked up. But it's worse when he puts on the skin tone makeup to cover up the Joker paint. The scene where he breaks into an art museum and starts wrecking shit to prints is insane. And yeah, it's fun and entertaining. I like Michael Keaton. He's a weirdo Bruce Wayne in this one. There's a good scene where like he asks like this reporter girl out to dinner. She's love interest in the movie, and like there's a gag where like they do the pass assault thing at like the Wayne Manor dining table where they're all like on the opposite side of a really long table and no one else is in the room.
Okay.
And it's like really drawn out and awkward. And eventually Bruce is like, "Do you want to eat somewhere else?" And they're like, "Yeah." They go eat in the kitchen while Alfred tells baby stories about Bruce. It's really nice. And there's good. I like the special effects. There's some miniature stuff because they get the Batmobile, the Batplane. That good Thunderbirds that they used to do in like the 80s and 90s before they invented CGs. When they used to make movies. On the whole, pretty alright.
I believe this is the movie that Michael Keaton couldn't move his neck side to side because of how the suit worked.
Oh, okay.
And he fucking hated it. Which is understandable.
Yeah.
It does sound uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I have not rewatched any of these 4 movies since I was a tiny child.
Yeah.
I should do that at some point.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton, of course, I think it's the Michael Keaton Batman that is
the man meme.
Yes.
Yes.
Is he stupid?
See, at some point you gotta watch Batman 66 so you can get the "some days you just can't get rid of a bomb."
It's so funny. It's such a good bit. It's so good. He's running around with that bomb so long.
I do.
Some days you just can't get rid of a Bob.
I do gotta check that at some point. All right, movie number 3. Figured since I was on the mood for Tim Burton, I was like, I've never seen Night Before Christmas. That's a movie people like. I should check out something like that. So yeah, this Christmas movie. In Tim Burton style, more psychological as you expect. For some reason, they got the Emperor from Dune to play like a weird business magnate. Danny DeVito's there for some reason, hamming it up. In like a weird goblin outfit makeup. Unlimited poontang. This is actually Batman Returns 1992.
Yes.
Which is an insane movie, to be honest. Complimentary.
Why is the penguin like that?
I'm not a human being. I'm an animal. Michael Keaton reaching into the aquarium to go into the Batcave via the Iron Maiden, and Alfred's like, I'll just take the stairs.
Am I remembering a part of this movie where Catwoman drops like an obscene amount of stairs and lands in like a moving van or something?
Yeah.
Does that happen in this?
And she's like kitty litter. Because Michelle Pfeiffer's in this movie is like a really timid secretary who gets pushed out a window by Christopher Walken, whose name in the movie is Max Shrek.
Okay.
And then she, I guess, comes to life again, somehow, from the Spiral Matai, by cats, and is just like, I'm gonna be some kind of girl boss for the rest of the movie. And there's a whole sort of, the dynamic between, Catwoman and Batman, as they're like, well, we're like you and I, but also because of that, we can't actually be together, even though we're, the most ideal for each other. And then, of course, there's a subplot where Christopher Walken tries to get the Penguin to be mayor.
I have forgotten so much of
And
this
then,
movie.
Yeah, same.
the third act is just when the Penguin loses, he's like, I'm just going to blow up Gotham by arming all the penguins with missiles.
Oh, what? Is that what happened?
Well, he's like, I'm going to kill every firstborn son, but then he's like, well, no, I'm just going to blow up Gotham with the penguins. And then you get the scene where Christopher Walken is like, Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed like Batman?
That's pretty good.
But yeah, I like this one a lot. They used to make superhero movies.
Yeah.
Are you gonna watch the? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, they used to make superhero movies.
Are you gonna watch the Schumacher third and fourth film?
Yeah, I'll see. For now, movie 3. This one's a bit different. It's about a tortured soul who has a tryst with a psychiatrist. It's a Val Kilmer movie. Jim Carrey is also here. And Tommy Lee Jones for some reason. And the story is they're so once upon a time there was a graying tower alone on the sea, and you became the light on the dark side of me. Love remained a drug that's high and not the pill. But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light you shine can't be seen?
No.
Anyway, Batman Forever.
How is the tone shift?
It's bizarre.
So, I'm gonna... Do you know who Mr. Schumacher is?
I did a bit of research. It seems like he's... One, I learned he's gay. and very open about this.
Yes, he like throughout his career, like openly gay and also like openly hedonistically gay. So like at a time when that was like controversial,
which I respect. It seems that his other movies might be like better or more artsy than like, you know, his Batman movies that people know him by.
The boy.
I mean, the thing
Boys.
about the oh yes, he did the Lost Boys. I don't know if you've watched the fourth one of these movies.
Why do I have one
So
more
I
movie
don't-
left? One more movie left in the barrel.
Okay, I'll wait.
Honestly, I try to go into these movies with an open mind because obviously, you know, they have a reputation. Part of this was like, you know, Batman Forever is an upcoming blockbuster, so it's like, yeah, I guess I'll watch these.
Okay. Oh yes, I remember.
And also, I've just on the side, I've been like trying to, because I don't read a lot of comics, I just been listening to some comics podcasts just to like, well, there's a pillar of culture that a lot of friends of mine also like, so I'm like trying to educate myself a bit that way. And so I like been listening to a Batman podcast called The Black Casebook, and I got to like the Batman Returns episode and was like, well, I guess this combined with Batman Forever blockbusters. I'll just watch all of these in a week. One thing I think is the thing that bothers me most is that even though he's like in the movie for like 5 minutes as a nobody character, it's like what's his name again? Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
In Batman 89 is played by Billy D. Williams, who of course plays Lando in Star Wars. And then in this movie, he's just suddenly played by Tommy Lee Jones, who is white.
Oh, I had forgotten this.
Yeah.
But yes, they do switch out. Yeah.
And you know, recasting is one thing, but it does feel a bit weird to like change the actor's race, if that makes sense.
Especially from a Tim Burton movie, he doesn't give you many of those.
Yeah. Just like, oh yeah, they replaced Billy D. Williams with Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah,
felt weird.
That does suck.
Also, I get the vibe. Like, I'm not like super into Batman knowledge, but like, Two-Face in this movie is just kind of like another Joker in a way that feels out of place, maybe, for the character. He's just hamming up in the same way as like Jim Carrey as Riddler, who I actually do enjoy in this. He's funny.
It's been ages since I watched these movies, unfortunately.
Same.
I like the
really,
bit where like
remember.
Val Kilmer Bruce is going to the therapist's office and she's boxing. She's like, you work it out, and then he like breaks down the door, and then he gets really embarrassed. He's like, well, I guess I'll help you. I'll pay to replace the door. As he lifts the door back up into the frame. It is interesting that the change in director also means that like the actual look and like architecture of the city has changed. I think also I like Val Kilmer's performance here. I think he does a good job. It's like a different shift, because like the Bruce in the Burton movies by Keaton is like really locked in on being an antisocial weirdo. Whereas the Kilmer Keaton is a lot Kilmer Bruce is a lot more like
Keaton.
Is a lot more like the guy who pretends to at least be like an upstanding citizen / benefactor of people by being rich and giving money around kind of thing. And he does that job well while still being like the brooding guy with like the tortured backstory kind of thing. I think it works. Robin, he's all right. Because you have him entering these movies here where like, oh yeah, Bruce goes to the circus and then Two-Face shows up and kills all of the Graysons, and then like Robin gets adopted. It's all right. And then yeah, I think the last stretch of the movie is a bit of a mess, but it's fine. I think, you know, obviously executive editing being what it is, that they thought that they thought Batman Returns was too dark, so they changed the entire cast director shakeup, and then they proceeded to make the Nolan movies.
Lol.
But even so, I think like Returns is definitely my favorite of the ones that I've seen, and I think Forever at the moment feels second, probably. With all the caveats there, just how I feel about it. Like, I think it's weird where like I watched 89 and feel like, oh yeah, that was good. I think that was enjoyable. I liked it, and then I kind of feel like I just care less about it after watching other ones, because it is like I kind of retroactively see the way it's kind of like a lot more like cleaned up and not really having a coherent vision, even if like, you know, Jack Nicholson's Joker is pretty entertaining, and it has some good moments with Michael Keaton, but you know, yeah.
I every time I hear the name Tommy Lee Jones, I think about William Friedkin's interview where he's talking about working with different types of actors, and he's like, I love Tommy Lee Jones. You tell him, you open the door, you talk to her, and you sit over there, and then the scene's over. And then he starts complaining about working with Benicio del Toro, where he's like, well, why is my character opening the door and talking to that woman? And then the next day he came with a 200-page backstory he wrote up about his character, about why he's here. And I told him, that's great, kid. Anyways, walk through the door, talk to that woman, and sit down.
I believe this movie gave us the anecdote where like Jim Carrey was trying to be just nice to his coworker, and Tommy Lee Jones was like, I don't like you and I don't condone your tomfoolery, and just left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
I cannot sanction your buffoonery.
Which may be a bit out of pocket, but also is a funny story.
Many such cases.
Anyway, the last movie.
I watched. I watched Batman Forever so many times when I was a kid. So many times.
I was so disappointed when Christopher Rose didn't actually play in the movie. It was only in like the last 2 minutes of the credits.
Lol.
I was like broken.
Yeah.
Betrayed. Oh yeah, also this movie did also create one of the funniest images ever. Which is this.
Yes.
Let me glance at Discord. Yes.
Well, more specifically, this edit. Oh shit. Yes. Yes! This is one of the most important images of the 2010s.
This is, we are talking about Val Kilmer in the Batman mask, smiling. Yeah.
Yeah. I keep laughing whenever I see this.
It's really good. Was this the one with the Smashing Pumpkins song too?
I think it also did. Yeah.
Yes. Which they then used the alternate version of for the Watchmen movie in 2009. I like that song.
It was funny, speaking of Watchmen, just like, oh yeah, he does a Rorschach test. I was like, oh man, they're seeing the
That's
DCU
the guy.
early. Seeing the DCU early.
Well, you have another film.
Yeah. This one actually stars our good friend Captain Oyama from Ultraman.
I pulled up his name.
What's his name?
I believe this movie stars America's Jin Nakayama.
Oh, of course.
Everyone's calling him this.
Everyone's calling him this.
I still see the resemblance. I still believe it, even after watching this movie. Batman and Robin.
So, the thing I was going to say earlier, this movie kind of ended Schumacher's like English language career, like his career in Hollywood.
Yeah, what was his original language again?
He's German,
Okay.
I think.
I figured it was like Germanic, but I wasn't sure if it was like German or if it was like Scandinavian.
Schumacher died. What's his first name? I keep wanting to say Michael
His name
Schumacher,
Joel?
but that's
Joel.
a race car driver. Joel Schumacher.
Yeah.
No, he was born in New York. What the fuck am I talking about? Am I thinking of someone else?
Maybe.
You might be thinking of someone else.
I'm thinking of someone else.
Wait, Joel Schumacher was the one who did Falling Down? I don't think I ever realized this.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, he had a huge career, and then this movie kind of killed it, and he went small. I'm thinking of Verhoeven. Of course, I'm thinking of Verhoeven. I'm thinking of how Verhoeven went back to making Dutch movies.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Joel Schumacher, he doesn't.
Well,
really
to be
make
fair,
big
this movie
movies
also does have
anymore.
Arnold.
This movie does have.
Sorry, I interrupted
he
you.
made. Joel Schumacher did the 2004 Phantom of the Opera, but otherwise it's small.
Yeah.
He's not getting that big, you know.
It's kind of weird, but like probably one of my earliest people dunking on a big popular movie memories is people making fun of the bad credit card.
Yes.
To be honest, I think the bad credit card is really funny.
This is okay. So this is the thing with Batman and Robin, is that people really hated this movie,
Yeah.
because it's so camp and gay and stupid, and that's such a rude thing to do about a movie directed by a guy who's really gay.
Yeah. I definitely won't say I like this as much as like some of the other ones. I don't know how I'd stack it up against like 89. Like I think this is corny. Like it has as many dumb one-liners as Returns does, to be honest. There's like Returns is a lot of like one-liners per minute, to be honest, that you would expect maybe from the quote-unquote tone. But this one is like maybe more. It is goofy and corny, like I think like, you know, Batman 66 or whatever. I do think there's a stretch in the middle where it's kind of boring, and I don't think like there's a lot of things happening really fast, and maybe it's harder to invest in the characters, but also it is a campy romp, so it doesn't necessarily need to be that. But I think George Clooney, Batman, does pretty alright with the material he has. Batgirl kind of just happens really fast. Weirdly enough, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger is the best part of this movie.
He's great.
Like his one-liner, his jokes are absurd. His one-liners are stupid, but like really fun. But also, he has
what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. Everyone knows this. Everyone is saying this.
The thing is, there are better ones in this movie. I just can't remember them off the top of my head right now. Like when Poison Ivy breaks him out of jail, and she's like, "Oh, is that your size? Like, you're a size 50?" He's like, "No, I wear a size smaller because it makes me slimmer."
I did like Mr. Freeze a lot as a kid.
The thing is, he also has like an arc, like he has an emotional stakes because he has the thing of his wife, and like they tie it into like the Alfred's anime disease. And, you know, he's, like, sad for his wife, and, like, you know, he grieves her when Poison Ivy's just like, I'm gonna unplug her. It is a shame that I think this is probably just because of how new the character was in the comics at the time. This is Bane's first appearance in the movies, and he's just a dumb muscle guy.
He's just Guy,
as opposed to the guy who's both brain and brawn, which is kind of like
this is the thing that surprised me as I grew up and saw more versions of Bane, and I was like, but that's just the guy who's dumb and big in Batman and Robin.
Oh, well, he's dumb and big.
My first
for you.
For you.
Shut the fuck up.
is unfortunately hydrogen bomb popping baby in terms of Bane portrayal.
Do you think Bane pops off when he logs into Twitter and he sees his default tab?
What is it?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Poison Ivy is stereotypical Hollywood eco-fascist terrorist. Not that interesting.
It's Uma Thurman, right?
Yes, Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
I imagine, based off recollection and the way people talk about it, and also just, obviously this is the case, she's a better character in the animated series, as most of these characters probably are.
I was gonna recommend, Mel, there is a Batman and Mr. Freeze tie-in Batman animated series movie that so I haven't seen since I was a kid, but I believe people are still pretty up on it. You might be interested in watching it.
Yeah, my default assumption is just that, like, the anime series is weirdly, like, punching above its weight in terms of Batman media compared to, like, the film stuff, just generally.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
But
that was also what I was watching when I was a small child.
Yeah.
Mask of the Phantasm is such a good movie.
Yeah.
I think it's possible I've never seen it.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think whatever hate this movie has is overblown, even if maybe isn't like my favorite one. But it's got it's fun points.
I think that's a sensible stance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna say it's like my favorite one, but I also think it's like, yeah, it's a fine watch.
Yeah, there's just a lot of people that like they point at like the back credit card and go, "Wow, this is so stupid," and it's like, well, yes, it's a joke.
Yes.
The one where like Batgirl comes in and is like, "I'm Batgirl. By the way, I'm actually Barbara. Like, I found out the secret." And then they make the joke of like, "She knows who we are. We gotta kill her. We'll just do it after because we're busy right now."
Yeah,
she's like, "That's such an insane thing to joke about."
Oh, did you also get the fucking he's Robin's got a condom for kissing girls?
Yes. To avoid getting killed by poison.
So he doesn't catch cooties. Because he's saving himself for well, it's a gay movie. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah. It is funny. The opening movie, the opening line is like, Robin's like, "I want a car. Chicks love the car." And then Bruce is like, "This is why Superman works alone." It is funny to invoke Superman in that way. When it's like, the way they're often contrasted. Yeah.
It's kind of wild thinking, like, when's the last time we had, like, a series completely shift tone? I feel like this doesn't happen anymore. Like, for the big movies, Like, everything's so from the jump, like, group decided that, like, I don't really feel like you get like these big shifts anymore in style and direction.
This is definitely the thing that I felt watching these, is like, ultimately, all four of these are insane for completely different reasons.
Yes, absolutely.
And despite the fact they're definitely like big blockbusters, with some of them a lot more corporate editing than others, something about like the era they were made still manages that they aren't like entirely the Vaseline and focus tested product that like most modern, especially superhero movies are. Like even the one that is deliberately dissed, like Batman '89, which is like probably the most corporate focus tested one.
It's the most buttoned up.
Yeah, it is also just like, in some ways, too many cooks in the kitchen. And also just the fact that Nicholson and Keaton are like that is still a bizarre movie in its own way. Like when Bruce lets himself get shot in the manor to fake being dead before running away.
Yes.
What's this problem?
Bruce Wayne, he's got lots of problems.
I think the bizarre... I also feel like there is something bizarre about these technically all being in the same series, despite the recastings. That I think modern fans very clearly reject because of the way people are wiki-brained these days. And also I think there was like a comic that like retconned, like, oh no, Forever was definitely not a sequel to Returns. It was its own thing, kind of thing.
Oh, come on.
Because I think there is something fun to like, oh, well, if you think about like theater, then switching characters are not their actors necessarily, and just because like a different actor steps in to portray a character doesn't mean that, you know.
And also too, comics. That's the same Batman, drawn completely differently depending on who's tired to draw the thing, right?
Yeah.
Also, you kind of like, it's not that the MCU hasn't had a recast. It's just like they don't. It's not as big of a deal. But I still wouldn't recast a black actor to be with a white one, to be honest.
Yes, bad vibes on that.
That one, as far as I can tell, was strictly because Joe Schumacher just happened to like working with Tommy Lee Jones.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't, bad vibes. But ultimately, I think there is something fun and endearing to like, oh, you have 3 different Batman actors in ostensibly the same series / continuity, and fuck you if you're just like put into knots about this. Because it doesn't actually matter that much.
I'm not gonna live down the fact that I genuinely for a minute thought that Joel Schumacher was German.
Yeah, I was really baffled by that. I was like, I never knew this.
No. I said it so authoritatively.
You did.
In Europe, they pronounce
that's the secret to telling lies.
In Europe, they pronounce it Joel.
Joel Schumacher.
Yeah.
Yep.
Schumacher does feel very German as a last name.
I mean,
it is German.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I figured.
Unfortunately, that's just how the US works, is, white people. But yeah, I think that's it.
Alright.
I think this was stupid of me, but it was fun to do, especially for the bit.
Yeah.
Of coming here like, oh, by the way, I just watched all this.
You've made me want to go back and rewatch them,
okay,
honestly.
I was like, okay, well, yeah, okay, she watched the Tim Burton Batmans. And then you mentioned Val Kilmer. I was like, fuck. Is all of them.
I had to like...
It's the whole thing.
I crammed in the last one at night because I was like, I can't not do Batman and Robin.
It would have been, yeah. It would have been like, go on, step your game up.
Like, I was when I started, I was like, well, I have to at least do Forever for podcast reasons, but also if I'm going to watch 3 out of 4, I may as well watch the 4th. So.
Wow.
And now I will probably only give a shit about watching the 2022 movie because I cannot be arsed to watch the fucking Nolan movies.
Yeah.
I do not care. I simply don't care.
They're too long and
I do think they're long.
Over-important and...
Mr. Wayne Baines is the
stupid.
scariest guy I've seen.
I like Begins out of that trilogy, I think, the most. Dark Knight, I have a problem with. I have a lot of... I have the same problem with Dark Knight as I do Inception, where, like, it feels like the climax lasts for so goddamn long. By the time I'm done watching The Dark Knight, I'm ready to fucking be done watching The Dark Knight, if that makes sense.
I've seen Returns in theaters. I've seen Rises, I should say, in theaters, just because like that's sometimes how it works with going out to see movies with friends. And I've definitely seen like snippets of Dark Knight here and there. I don't think I've seen any of Begins, and I'm fine not doing
Liam
so.
Neeson is the bad guy.
I do like, oh my god, how am I forgetting his fucking name? How am I forgetting his fucking name? He died, it was really important.
I'm sorry, Red, but when you mentioned Liam Neeson, I just remember the Dooku Should I Lost audiobook.
Oh my god. the guy doing the Irish voice.
Yes.
Heath Ledger, that's his name. Oh my fucking god.
Yes, Heath Ledger.
He does honestly tear up the screen as Joker.
Yeah, like I definitely get the vibe that like the Joker is like a really good performance in that one, especially definitely the fact that he died just immediately after is also cast a shadow over when the movies come out. But unfortunately, it also seems like the case of like now nobody making a Batman movie knows how to make any other Joker, and they keep doing it badly.
I like what they're putting down, at least so far, with the new one. We'll see. We'll have to see how he is in a full movie and not just a scene.
Yeah.
But it does cast maybe, and also too, I feel like that's one of those things that like culture just ruined as soon as it seeped in. Many such cases. And also, too, I think that third movie is the way it is because I think they were expecting him to come back for the next one. As much as it seems like they maybe have denied that, I think he was supposed to be around for more than one movie. But yeah.
Yeah. And I guess because the 2000s, they're too cowardly to film it. Doing that for an actor who just died would probably be in bad taste, though. But
I think they just didn't want to touch it.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not interested in that. Like, I'm not interested in Nolan. But I am interested in what Passon is cooking. That movie is 3 hours, though, so who knows when I'll get to it.
It's fucking long. I would suggest, if you have not seen Zodiac, watching Zodiac.
I'm not gonna watch Zodiac. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, that's fair.
Extremely not my wheelhouse in terms of like subject matter I give a shit about.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That movie is extremely...
Despite my propensity for true crime... No.
True.
True. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll watch like the anime series, especially now that I'm like... I was going to go through X-Men, but now Disney Plus is on boycott, and now I don't feel like I can go through X-Men. So...
Batman the Animated Series looks way better than X-Men.
Well, yes, but...
Oh, yeah.
That's not hard. I mean,
I haven't seen much of the X-Men cartoons, so I can't say whether Batman the Animated Series is better, but it certainly looks way better.
I mean, I do think the X-Men are cool, but I can imagine like Batman being just quality-wise a step above. But that's it for me being bat-pilled for now.
All right.
I'll probably watch other movies in the coming weeks that have less to do with Bruce Wayne.
I have a request.
Yes.
If we have any emails, can we save them for next week?
Yeah. We only have one, as Mothra Fanboy finishes great.
Well, we look forward to hearing your opinions about Ultraman Great next week, Mothra Fanboy. Because despite what I said earlier,
yes.
We did make a 3 hour podcast about Ultraman Kids.
Well, yeah, it wasn't all about Ultraman Kids.
No, it was Ultraman Kids clocked in at like an hour and 15 or something, or an hour, which will be longer than it is most weeks, just because we had like setup stuff to do, and wow, that is going to be a podcast. If you want to follow us online, you can do so on Blue Sky at Ultra QUEUE. We are also on Twitter at Ultra_QUEUE. Sorry, I forgot the words that I had to say. I'm also on Blue Sky. I'm at Red November. Those are my plugs. Mel.
Yeah, you can send an email to ultrapod@gmail.com. And if your rose is in bloom, a light may hit the groom on the gray.
Precisely.
Yeah. We have also
you're really going hard for the outro music.
I like that song. Listened to a bunch this week to make up for the movie not having it. Also, we got the coffee. That was fun. I think someone actually did send me something for my birthday, which was funny.
Oh, that's cool.
There you go.
There you go.
And also, it was recorded yesterday, but you probably won't see it for a couple weeks. I was a guest on the upcoming Fate Moon Archive episode.
Hey!
Which is, that'll be their...
Sick!
Yeah. It's their first episode...
What for?
It's their first episode on the visual novel White Album 2, and also...
Nice.
Fate Prototype, which is a less good novel. But it's situation not dissimilar to this current season, where it's like, well, there's a main event that's a bonus thing, and the thing we have to do for the process that's the side thing.
Okay.
It remains to be seen, but you might like White Album too. We'll see.
I didn't know that was translated. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah,
I know that's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one.
I think in theory, I could, instead of playing it, I could watch Fukumoku play.
Maybe. He's
I will not be doing
He's
that.
a romance piano, so maybe it's something wrong.
Let me know. I've had my eye on White Album in the past. I typed in White Album, it brought up the Beatles.
Yeah, I've told the story in many places, both with Catherine and on that podcast, but I somehow heard of White Album first through White Album 2, the visual novel, and then found out later through specifically JoJo Part 5 that there was an actual album called White Album.
Oh, that's really funny. Well, so the album is just it's just called The Beatles, yes. But there's nothing else on it, so it's referred to as the White Album.
And the stand in JoJo is also called White Album.
Yes. Gently Weeps is his upgrade thing.
My tomfoolery is done. Buffoonery, I guess. Brad, you go.
You can find me at Be Invoked. Still no update on what I want to do about that playing one-shots of different mecha RPGs, but hopefully as I get more free time as soon as I guess March is here, but next few days hopefully I should figure out something. I hate to put together a Discord server at this time in history,
yeah,
but that might just be the easiest way to do it. So
also I should be free to do Abyss this week now that the exam is done, by the way, if you're free.
I should also be free to do Abyss this week because life hopefully March should be easier for me than February was.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Alright. That sounds like a podcast, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat food and play Marathon.
Next week, 3 more episodes.
Yes, 3 more episodes of Ultraman Kids, and it's just gonna be 3 after 3 after 3, all the way.
All easy.
Very easy.
Yeah.
Until we find Mother.
Well, if he doesn't find him.
Like how they don't find Spock in the search for Spock.
What if Mother was the friends we made along the way?
What if his mother was Spock?
Are you motherfuckers finished?
Yes.
Goodbye, everyone. Val Kilmer face when he finds Mother.
I'm hitting stop.
There used to be a graying tower alone on the sea. You became the light on the dark side of me. Love remains a drug that's the high and not the pill. But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can't be seen? you tell me is that healthy, baby? But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can't be seen? So much a man can tell me, so much he can say. You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain. To me, you're like a grown addiction that I can't deny. Now won't you tell me, is that healthy, baby? But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can't be seen? Your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom.